You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM. You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM. You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior.
Life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. That's every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, you know how we do it here. We want you to do your WZYE civic duty. As soon as you get in, share the live. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV and YouTube. And you can always reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. And this is how we start the thing.
Welcome to WZYE TV 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. on Let's Talk Politics. Like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with reality affecting your life, and as we always say, we bring the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
And we do mean that, ladies and gentlemen. We absolutely do mean that.
You're tuned to WZYE, the heartbeat of unfiltered truth. We're more than a station, we're a movement, grounded in facts, driven by integrity, committed to progress. We don't chase headlines, we create them. Decoding politics and current affairs to question power, not cozy up to it. From Laventille to Scarborough, whether you're in your living room or your commute, this is where perspectives collide, divides dissolve, and tomorrow's conversations start today. WZYE, we originate, not imitate.
And you know that, ladies and gentlemen, WZYE 95.9 FM. We originate, we don't imitate. And we promise, ladies and gentlemen, we promise that when you join us here on WZYE 95.9 FM, that we will bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Take a listen.
Ansam LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
And of course, you normally don't hear that in many other programs in Trinidad and Tobago. However, let me bring in my pal, the young man himself, the one and only, the man some people call a country bookie, Uncle Tommy. Tommy, how you going today?
Good afternoon, Professor, and I'm going well. How are you going today?
Tommy, today is a marvelous day. Today's a marvelous day. I'll put it that way. Marvelous.
All right.
Yeah.
I like your get up today too. You look very stupendous.
Oh, wow. Thanks a lot, Tommy. Thanks a lot. You know, Tommy, when we say we originate, we don't imitate. We really and truly don't mean we mean that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You look exquisite in your get up.
Yeah. And Tommy, well, you know how to give people the whole, how to give already the whole 911. Or is it 911 or 411? 411.
411.
Right. The last thing I want to get them is the 911, right?
True.
I had to get them the 411. So the outfit I have on is tailor-made, straight from Nigeria. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah. Tailor-made.
Look like you want me to pull out my Nigerian's outfit also.
Yeah. You gotta pull it out, man. We don't wait until them tell we have to do it. We originate, we don't imitate. You understand?
I'll pull some of them out.
Yeah. So I went up in the closet, and Tommy, this is 3 in a row, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't even when them Trinidadian and them who does wear the outfit for emancipation. When is emancipation in Trinidad?
I think it's
Huh?
Montan. I think it's the end of the month.
Oh. Yeah, all right. You go see them, eh? All of them. Well, not all of them. Men, especially the PNM ones, the PNM ones, you go see them, Tommy. Nothing like them could celebrate thing for African and emancipation, you know.
Maybe somebody will put in the chat and tell us exactly what date it is. If it's, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it.
wait in the chat. But after that, Tommy, cancel Christmas, you know. Them the way you're not more emancipation after that, you know. They don't even want to see an African outfit.
Hmm.
Right? The PNM did a job on them people and them, you know. It's sad. Yeah, but Tommy, anyway, before we get into all the superlatives and details and things, Tommy, the past 48 hours has been very hectic. Very, very hectic.
I realize.
Yeah. Um, it is so all right. Again, 1st of August. Thank you. Caribbean still on the money, you know.
Hmm.
Tommy, Caribbean still on on the money, you know. You don't wait, you know.
Yep,
But
yep.
emancipation. Thank you. Yeah. Listen, Tommy, the past 48 hours has been hectic. And I haven't put a post on social media until today, right? Because hectic, hectic, hectic. So it started on Friday,
Yep.
and this is something that I s- I started a year ago. So here it is. This is 1 year ago at the New York Stock Exchange, where I took some kids from the urban communities of Newark,
No.
right? The school system, which is one of the biggest school system in New
In
Jersey.
Yeah, in New Jersey. Yep.
Yeah, to visit the New York Stock Exchange, right? So on, let me see what it is. On Friday, we did it again. We took let me see how much, boy. I think about 30 kids to the New York Stock Exchange again, and of course, it was a life changing experience for many of them. You know, here we are at the New York Stock Exchange. We took them to the floor of the exchange, and you know, it was a life changing experience for many of them. And Tommy, this is a program that I am going to bring to Trinidad. You understand? Now, and what these kids learn to do, Tommy, is they learn to trade stocks. So there's a program which have been instituted, and it's in different schools in Newark. And these young kids are learning to trade. And because you never know, in the future, they could become entrepreneurs and become millionaires just trading stocks. Yeah? So,
Yep.
and these are just some of the pictures from, being on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. And right above there is the bell. If you look above, you will see a bell.
Yep.
That's where they normally ring the bell on the New York Stock Exchange. Right? So that had me busy Friday because I was also going to New York and, make sure everything went, you know, how it's supposed to go and
That's
things. So it went
fun.
really, and anytime I can give back to kids, especially from the urban communities of New Jersey, it's a good feeling for me, right? So that was one thing. Then on Saturday also, on Saturday, let me see if I find it here. Saturday, hold on. On Saturday, and my son got engaged,
Oh, hey.
right? So what we seeing here, it told me them kids today, it different, eh?
Oh, yeah.
This is on a rooftop of a hotel, right? And this is where he proposed to his future wife. You understand? And in the backdrop is some famous building where all them TikTokers just use. or them TikTokers that use famous building, go up on the rooftop of this hotel, and in the background is a famous building. So this was how he proposed to his future wife. Yeah, I laughing, you know. I think what it causing them just to do the engagement, Tommy, must it cost us what it do for the whole wedding.
Hmm.
You understand? But then again, that was 37 years ago. You see?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Inflation.
yeah. So, that was the big two occasions
For the
that
weekend.
for the weekend. So, it was really, 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 really great. And you know, I can't complain, man. I really
No,
can't.
don't complain.
Yeah. And listener, and that is why I played that song. I'm drinking from my saucer.
Yep.
I can't complain. Yeah. That's exactly why I play that song because
Hmm.
if I complain, Tommy,
You
right?
you'll be flying in God's face.
Correct is right. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, no doubt about it. So, folks, I'll give you a little insight of some of the things that I did over the weekend. And, so let me go over to the chat.
Yep. I see Miss Ramke soon was first.
That's two in a row.
I'm not sure if it's the second
Huh?
time. I'm not sure if it's two straight.
No, I think that's too straight, man. Monica, you could confirm. If Monica was in first the last time, and this is the second time she in first. Yeah, I feel so,
I thought Soul wasn't last time first.
You think Soul was in first?
That's what I thought.
All right, okay. All right, Soul and Monica, all you confirm that. All you battled between both all you. Yeah. 'Cause I thought Monica was gonna be going for the hat trick.
I thought the last three were Sang, Soul, and now Monica.
No, Tommy. Sang get big bap from the hat trick. Soul stop him from the hat trick.
Right. I
Oh,
must.
yeah, right, No, but Soul stop him from the hat trick, but I think Monica come in first after.
I don't know why I thought Soul was the last first.
All right, anyway. All you, Monica, Volsang, you rather get involved in this because you outside. You outside looking in. This is strictly between Monica and Caribbean Soul now.
Yes.
VS, you're on the outside looking in. All right, yeah, right. Monica say my favorite time is 10:37, and now look Caribbean Soul going after Monica. You see, Monica Hall. You see that?
Oh.
Oh, nah. Oh, Caribbean Soul, you go after Monica. What is that one day, boy? When you come in first, nobody don't be upset with you. Eh? I feel you go just let Monica Hardy make that two in a row, Caribbean Soul, good morning. WCY TV and listeners, good morning to you. Keyshawn, welcome. Keyshawn, Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsh, and everyone in the village. Volsan coming forth again, Tommy.
Oh.
Tommy, you are only sliding down the ladder, boy.
Okay, he'll catch back.
You feel you go catch up?
Oh yeah.
The man was first twice in a row, right? Then he get relegated. He comes second. Then he get relegated again. He come third. Then he get relegated again. He come fourth. Fifth is the next stop. Fifth. Yeah, fifth. All right. Don't worry yourself. Soul, you're good. I mean, Volsang, you're good. Vindra, good morning. Good morning to you, Vindra. Mr. Intellectual, blessed afternoon to you as well. What Mr. Intellectual City? Hold on, eh? Hey, But look our next kind of thing going on here, Tommy. Mr. Intellectual, right? He's accusing someone. This is an accusation. I know somebody intercepting my notification. It's a good thing I was on YouTube. You feel Kirby and Solar Monica doing some intercepting of our song? Nah, well, song out of it. He can't do no intercepting. I don't know, eh? Mr. Intellectual, I stay out of that. Yeah, we just wait now and only getting all the notification elsewhere.
Hmm.
I stay out of that notification thing, eh? Not me. Me ain't getting involved in that. Clinton Williams, boy, good day to our early birds. Professor Walshek and Uncle Tommy will be so proud. Bless up. Yeah, man.
No doubt.
Which doctor, boy? You which doctor, Tommy?
Which doctor is that?
We'll go which doctor they?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the which doctor was here before, boy, but we never welcome him. Anyway, all welcome the witch doctor. And which the man says a witch doctor, yes, boy.
Good
Only
Sunday to you, which doctor?
if you from Tobago, boy.
All of that.
Huh?
All that.
All that, boy. Yeah. Witch doctor, good Sunday to you as well, and everyone on the live. Yeah, blessings to you, Vindra. Miss Santa Cruz, welcome. Good afternoon, Wall Street and Uncle Tommy.
Good afternoon, Miss Santa Cruz.
Robin, welcome. Good afternoon, TNT. Robin from Virgin Islands, right? British
Robin and
Virgin Islands, right? BVI.
look like it's two of them, Robin and Jean.
What do you mean it's two of them?
Robin and
Oh. Yeah, right. Robin and Jean. Yeah. Robin and Jean, welcome. Robin and Jean from BVI. Yeah, we get that right. Yeah, you get that right. Good afternoon to you, VS. Roll Passad, welcome. Roll says, hey, greetings, Pro Uncle T, Monica, CJ, Hanef, Sang, Soul. Yeah. All the blessings. uh, Mr. Intellectual want to know which doctor bless afternoon. What spell you have for the PNM? Gail Rasmine. I think I got that right. You feel so?
Rashmini.
Rasmini? No boy, that'd be Rasminy or Mini.
M-I-N-E, Mini.
So what's Mini?
Mini also.
Oh, so there are two different minis.
Yep.
You have an I mini and an E mini.
Yep. I-Mini and E-Mini.
Gail, welcome. whichever one it is. Kishon, you're inside. Good afternoon. JB Appa, welcome. The same Privy Council you, Dr. Rowley, condemn. You're running to for your goat farm back and now. So me you see that one, boy? Land, boy. Land is big.
Never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment, eh?
Yep.
Man will land, boy.
SOE now too.
You will land. And plenty acres too, you know. Cool runner, good afternoon. He says good afternoon, Wall Street. Tommy chat. Gordon Dryden Joseph. Good after lunch, church. Hope you all had a good day.
Hello, having a good day. A God day.
Yeah. Vindra say cover me Jesus and every also the blood of Jesus. Yeah, that's why you just play that, eh? Cover the Prime Minister too. Semantic 62, welcome. Good afternoon, Professor. Hey, Tommy, boy, way boy, Tommy. This is our second, Look, Keyshawn donate 100, Tommy.
All right.
Keyshawn donate 100, boy. Let me just take this call offline for a minute. Boss, honey, I have to call you back. You hear me? Yeah, honey, I'll call you back. All right.
Keyshawn Thomas.
Let me get Keyshawn a round of applause, boy. Keyshawn, yo. We can't complain, you know what I mean? Keyshawn, boy, thanks a lot, brother. Yeah, you know what? We could do real good with that. Yeah, man. Keyshawn, thank you very much, man. Yeah, that go a long way with our driving through Macaclav until our the hamper drive, the the Christmas party drive. Yeah. All right. Let me see what else in here. Uh, Joan says, "Good evening, Tommy on Wall Street, watching from Florida."
Good evening, Joan.
Volsang, what you mean? Were you asking Keyshawn, but what would the $100 bit? All right. So listen to this. All right. We just don't push it here. That there are many programs on YouTube whereas that people like what their content and they give $1, $5, $6, whatever it is, and they can make a donation, right? And we just never pushed it here, but any donation we get is gonna go back into causes that we fight here at WZY 95.9 FM, right? So all you know that we have a drive in, and then we could do other places too. It's just not just
Yeah.
Lavantil. You see, but I just started it in Lavantil where every Christmas, right? I used to have a hamper drive. And just soon, since Keyshawn did that, so soon, I'll be doing something in Tobago. I'll be sending about 50 pair of new and gently used running sneakers to Tobago, right? And also, there's another one. There's another one where I'm sending 100. I'm sending 100 toys as well, Tommy, to
Mhm.
Macaque Laventil, right? So and a lot of the times, me personally, Tommy, and you really don't ask people, for donations here on WZYE 95.9 FM, but we normally, contact our friends and so on, and we do that. So Keyshawn, thank you very much. That's what it's really about. We don't really ask, but since Keyshawn did that,
We
nobody
appreciate
goes to WZYE TV on YouTube. Right? So
we
anytime you make a donation, it goes to WZY TV.
appreciate you, Keyshawn.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Yeah, was so Trinidad and SOE.
Yeah. So let me just finish with the chat here. Clinton Williams, Professor Wall Street, now saw an introductory hymn at 422. Background was famous rock near Flatbridge in Jamaica where I grew up. It is named Cat Rock Fact. Now trying to be funny, but think about it. Okay. All right. Gaza, good afternoon. Gaza, Trini, boy. Good afternoon, chat. Mickey the Ghost Rider. The blatant racism that's manifesting in the DNA of the PNM is terrible immorality whose consequences will be futile for the rusted penny and our position. Hey, boy. That poem there, yes, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Wall Street and Tommy. Song say Wall Street blushing. I'm blushing from there, boy. Hey, Somatic 62, thank you. He said I look sharp. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Clifford says, Uncle Wall Street, can you send a copy of your recording that you played before you start the program? It's so informative. Please facilitate me. Which one? Which one, Tommy? Clifford!
I think the one after cover me.
Or the one after cover me?
I think that's what he's talking about.
Okay. Clifford, um, text to 973. Text the number on the screen 973-868-1444. Send a WhatsApp 973-868-1444. So if you send it there, then I can easily send it back for you. Danny Hossain, welcome. Marvin go say you watching Nollywood. Oh God, the man calling thing Rusty Penny Boy and the PNM level of understanding is in decay. I suggest they raise the level of consciousness to see truth, not fiction and racism. Okay. 07 Alana, welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Cool runner see them kids looking like adults. It's an adults too. It's an adults and kids. But so yeah, it's an adults and kids. Cool runner. Hey, look
Hey,
at Wilson boy.
Anderson,
Eh?
Anderson Wilson.
Yeah, look Anderson boy. Anderson Wilson boy. Or is it Wilson Anderson?
Well, he put his last name first, I imagine.
Yeah. Whichever one it is. Yeah. Mickey the Ghost Rider said the extreme level of failure within the PNM is introducing panic, immorality, hatred, racism, and cultural ignorance. But Tommy, I was watching something on the state of emergency.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Stuart Young put out something on the state of emergency, and the political leader put out something on the state of emergency.
I
Um,
see. I see. Gary chimed in. I see. What's her name chimed in? Is it what's her name? Giselle or Gazelle or whatever.
who's that?
The one who was with Duke
Oh, Cassell Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things. There's a lesson to be learned. Truth be told, there's a lesson to be learned also by the ruling party. And sometimes you just can't be too quick to talk on things. Because I know last December when the state of emergency was declared, it was rubbished by uh, PM, our current PM rubbished it. So I guess that gives her opponents further to strike back, So, but it's a learning process. Every day you learn something. I'm sure she's learned something.
Yeah. Miss Santa Cruz, welcome. She said, congratulations, Wall Street. Hanef says, congratulations. Thank you very much. Paul Sammy, welcome. Bless good afternoon, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy. Yeah, Cool Runner, it's interesting, eh? Don't trade, please don't trade in crypto. Big problem in TNT with some crypto investment. Tune in 7 p.m. Tuesday, CNN TV6 for investigative report. I saw a report, Tommy, about a fella People was trading crypto with them, and they ain't get no money. I don't know if that's the same fella with the what was that thing again, Tommy? Where they shut it down? It's similar to Susu. What was it called?
Ponzi.
Yeah, no, but he was I'll go find it. I'll go find it. He fella name. I want to accuse you. Oh, here we go. DSS.
Yes.
Yeah, Tommy. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Eh? Caribbean Soul on he on the money, you know.
Yes.
DSS. Thank you. DSS. Yeah, only remember that? Is
Yeah.
that the same fella who involved in that crypto thing? I don't know, eh? I asking.
Somebody will have to inform
Yeah,
us.
somebody go tell us. Is that the same fella? Oh, hey, but look, Gordon Dryden Joseph, no one emancipation is. Tommy, Gordon Dryden Joseph, no one emancipation is. We
You surprised?
let me think about it.
Okay.
Let me get back to you.
All righty.
I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you. Rajesh, welcome. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you. All right. Uranus McFarlane. Congratulate Worship to you and your family. God's blessing on the new journey of your son and his wife. Yeah. Tommy and I tell them, I said, let me tell you something. All I'm telling you guys is that we are the examples for you guys.
That's right.
37 years. So any kind of simidimi or kind of foolishness, but you know them young kids today different. Them different, but them different.
Mhm.
Yeah, me ain't even getting involved in that. JB Harper say raging bullfight over goat farm in Tobago.
Hmm.
Hey JB, that's a headline of it. United Poor welcome. Hey, look, Monica challenging. She challenging Caribbean Soul. She said Caribbean Soul, I'll give you a chance next time. Oh God. Only leave Caribbean Soul alone, eh? Hey, look Volsang jumping the thing too. He jumping the fray. He trying to come between A and B when he should see his way out.
Hmm.
Monica, you're very humble. Not beating your own drum. Now Monica.
yes. Yes. Treating with her. Oh
Yeah,
Lord.
you get licks. You let a female beat you and you trying to go after she? Nah. We ain't tolerating that. Yeah. eh, Yeah, okay. Look, Caribbean Soul say. Monica, you came first twice. Thursday going also. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So he admitting. So
Yes.
Monica
So,
is up now, eh?
so she
Let me
did do two number one.
yeah, let me see what happen tomorrow. Tommy, all them males and them laying in wait. And females, if Monica can come first, only should not allow a male to come first. At least a female, our next female should come first. That go would that go be a streak too, you know, Tommy?
Yep.
That go be a streak too. Lindsay, welcome. Lindsay, welcome. Let me take this one.
Welcome, Lindsay.
Mr. West, welcome. Mr. West. Mr. West.
Good afternoon.
Good
How are
afternoon.
you, Mr. Thomas?
How are you?
Hello?
Yeah, we hearing you.
Well, I'm all right.
Good afternoon.
I heard Mr. Tommy a while ago spoke about the state of emergency that was invoked
Right.
some couple 48 hours ago.
Yeah.
I am saying that the primary duty of the government is to protect the citizen, and that is safety and security of the state and the people within the country.
Right.
And you have different agencies set up in order to ensure that the people are safe and secure, and the police is one. It's a separate institution. That is the institution that was set up to do investigation, to gather intelligence. And if the police got intelligence or information that there was a threat, then the police commissioner has one thing to do. He reported it to the prime minister. That is his duty. If he fails to do that, he'll be negligent.
Correct.
If he doesn't do
I
that,
agree.
and,
I agree.
some
Agreed.
insurrection, some people take over and blast up the whole of Port of Spain, he
Correct.
would be out of a job.
Yeah.
That's
Correct.
right.
So he has a duty. He has a duty to inform the prime minister.
Yeah, he's
And
working.
again, if you have information from the people who do the investigation, the people who gather information, the people who conduct do intelligence undercover, that, hey, listen, you see what's going on here? We have a situation here that could be very explosive, right? She has a duty. She doesn't go out there. She doesn't do conduct intelligence and seek information out there. If the police does it, that is their duty, and they would have told her, well, listen, we have a state of affairs in this country which requires your attention in terms of probably calling a state of emergency. And we don't think that a curfew would be necessary because we have certain operation in mind strategies and whatnot that we're going to put in place. And she has a duty, failing which she has to go to the president. Is that so?
Agree.
Hello?
Mr. West,
Hello?
here's my question, Mr.
Yeah.
West.
Uh-huh.
And I'm asking a question. Mr. West, did the last government decide there was going to be a state of emergency and then consulted with the commissioner of police and then went to the president? I'm asking.
Well, listen, you can't, people in Trinidad and Tobago, some of them don't think, some of them just open their mouth and blabber all over the place. That's not a wild talk.
Yeah.
That is the procedure. You see, the police the police brought it to the attention of the Prime Minister and the
Correct.
National Security Council.
But
And from there,
did it happen the other way
yeah.
with the past government? Did it happen the other way around in that the past
no.
government wanted to call a state of emergency?
What happened with the last government is that you have people who are powerful, and they left the impression, well, look, I call in a state of emergency, but you just don't get up there and call a state of emergency. You have to get the information from the police. It's the police who have to come to inform you what is going on them on the ground.
Right.
They're undercover, they're intelligence, they gather intelligence, and they come to you.
Right.
If you read the statement from that police commission, the first time I see things have been done correctly, properly, it is the police. And the police, they could never have any information to say that they're going to call a state of emergency without having information, intelligence from the police. That is the police work. And if you listen to the commissioner of police, he said that they have intelligence and how long they've been conducting that, which area they're from the prison. They give a full detail of everything. And that is what you want. And they brought it to the attention of the Prime Minister, the government, and the National Security Council. And therefore, they have something to do, failing which they will be held responsible or negligent. That let's say they brought the police brought the information to the government, the Prime Minister, the national, and they failed to act, and the whole of Port of Spain turned into turmoil. That government has to resign because the police will say we had information and we gave them that, and they never acted upon it. Is that so?
Yeah.
Correct.
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. West. You know.
And therefore, the Prime Minister has a duty to go to the president and inform the president, give the president the necessary information they receive in terms of intelligence from the police. And therefore, the president has to make a decision, share the discretion there after looking at the intelligence, and she then would put into effect or invoke the proclamation. And that's how it is done. That's how it ought to be done. Perfect. But the Prime Minister and the government, they have no undercover. They're no undercover. They don't go and gather intelligence. It is the police to give the Prime Minister that to act on the advice of the police commissioner. And the police commissioner said, hey, listen, we don't want no, and it's there in the man's statement, we don't want no curfew because what we have to the operation that we intend to undertake, we don't need a curfew. A curfew is not necessary. The people could go about their normal business. What we want is through the state of emergency is that we can go to where people live and we could enter the premises without a warrant. And that is the only way you could enter people's premises without a warrant is under a state of emergency. So no politician should run outside and say, I declare state of emergency. And no, it is the commissioner of police, the police who bring intelligence to you, and you have to act upon it. If the commissioner of police doesn't inform the Prime Minister of the intelligence that the police would have gathered, then what if anything should happen? And if anything should happen and the Prime Minister didn't act on it, because those are the people who have to bring intelligence to you. Not Gary Griffith, not them fellows on the ground. It's the police. It's not you, it's not I.
Correct.
It is the police. It's not Alexander, it's the police. And the police did what they had to do. And they advised the Prime Minister accordingly. We can do this thing without a curfew. Because we have all our people all the way, and he said it. You could read the article. Everything he outlined, and you have to act as a government. Failure to do that, and anything happen in this country, you would be forced to resign, and no confidence.
Thank you, Mr. West.
So this is the first time in this country that this thing has taken the process that was it ought to have taken.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. West.
You see, Tommy, I let me take this one. Caller, welcome. Caller.
Top of the hour.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, guys. This is Beulah.
Beulah, how are you?
Good.
Beulah, listen to this.
Watching.
Beulah, I know you want to make your contribution. Can you hold for 45? Can you hold for 45 seconds so I could just go for this quick break? Can you hold for 45 seconds? Yeah. All right, hold on.
I'll call back.
All right, call back. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
So, folks, let's take that break. It's Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsheet, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Because, Tommy, the point Mr. West raised is a point that I was asking myself. Under the last government, was there an understanding that they decide to call the state of emergency and then consulted with the commissioner of police and then went to the president? Right? I thought, and I could be corrected that that's what happened, as opposed to where it's supposed to be the police, Trinidad and Tobago police service, right? Through their homework, realized there was a threat in Trinidad and Tobago, and they went to the government and tell them, we need to call a state of emergency. And then the government went to the president, to make a proclamation to call a state of emergency. But folks, stick and stay. We're going to take a quick break. It's Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsheet, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We're going to take this quick break and we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Welcome to WZYE TV 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. on Let's Talk Politics. Like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with reality affecting your life, and as we always say, we bring the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
You're tuned to WZYE, the heartbeat of unfiltered truth. We're more than a station, we're a movement, grounded in facts, driven by integrity, committed to progress. We don't chase headlines, we create them. Decoding politics and current affairs to question power, not cozy up to it. From Laventille to Scarborough, whether you're in your living room or your commute, this is where perspectives collide, divides dissolve, and tomorrow's conversations start today. WZYE, we originate, not imitate.
We are back with you. It's Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Warsheet, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. From every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. That's every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. Don't forget, folks, as we get in, share the live. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509. And don't forget, as the professor said, share the live. Share that live.
UNC and Proud, welcome.
Good afternoon to Uncle Tommy and the professor and to all the listeners on the tri-state and around the world and in Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you, man.
Professor, how shallow, how narrow, how just like the Balize root, how just on top and sucking out the nutrients in this land. You see, I want people to call now. I'm going to ask a question and make a statement. Right? If you allow me. But if I get in bring your station and distribute. I would like to ask, is it Stuart Young that announce the curfew, the state of the emergency, not the curfew, the state of the emergency, right? Mm-hmm. Is it Stuart Young had announced on the state of the emergency, then Benjamin and National Security Minister say that they have information, and then in the evening of that same Saturday, Her Excellency do a proclamation. I wonder if that was something like that it went. I asked that question, and I want everybody who listened go back to our archive and correct me, please now. We want the truth, and we want to correct a statement the professor asked. That is our homework. I would like to know if I make a statement or a suggestion, if it have any truth to it. And the next thing I know too, Professor, since we're on politics, you see the 13 of them who just hold on to power. They're so thirsty, they're so illusionist, and they forget that they get a good cocktail at the poll, right? They still feel they're in power. But Her Excellency don't knowing that she is being committed under the scrutiny. But if you appoint 9 people to the Senate, and you say that is independent senators, and it's blatant to see that it's something to save this country and for the best interest of the people, they had voted against it, and the citizens and the right people call them out. Now they're attacking you. Who make the error? Nobody didn't say this. You said that the PG gospel use are the bowels and you are everything of the PNM. So what do you expect? All of a sudden you change and you're no longer a PNM, you're independent? Then yeah. So we have to question it because that is the government of law and it affects the citizens. And the next one and all too. Don't come now and say, Marvin, that you're seeing Bangladesh and Calcutta in the parliament, in the board. The board and them may finish that point. But you know, when CNC and the station asks you and they do the report, right? You answer your phone and answer the question that how much inappropriate and how much African it have on the board, the state board. So if I don't want something to hold on to power and to serve the people against once more, in this country, right? Come out and tell the people, the supporters, because the other base will not move, it will remain. Tell them that other neglect them for personal gains, other for upliftment, and then they'll come and say they have to thief and rob if they don't get work. And who they're robbing and thieving? It's clear to see geographic discrimination and criminal activities, what were taking place. So if the East Indian is being affected by crime, we will talk out. The East Indian will talk out. They don't expect the African to talk out. Eh? How in the last 10 years, the African diaspora uplift, you make businessmen. Only used to talk about contract when one way. So, Professor, yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So when we talking politics, I'll fall back again and ask some more questions.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Yon Siempo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So Tommy, the boys never a dull day in TNT, eh?
Oh yeah.
Um the this crypto thing. But I don't know how people just feel, Tommy, to know about you're taking people money and fooling them and you ain't getting them back no ROI, boy, return on investment. I don't know how
I
people
I think in Trinidad people like they're numb to this thing.
they get numb to this thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They get numb.
Okay. That's what it is.
Yeah, because
Hmm.
and then justice is always denied. There's just so many issues going on in our little island.
And Tommy, I received a few calls, and I don't think people was chastising me or what they wanted, but they they was expressing to me concerns about what people were saying about the boards, And I told them very simple, right? But anyway, before I get to that, Tommy remind me about that, Tommy, look your
Yeah,
partner. He um oh, look your partner he on the screen. That your partner. You wanna see?
yeah, yeah, yeah. My partner.
Yeah, your partner. He, he resuscitated himself.
Oh goodness, Professor, you're too much. Yeah.
Yeah, your partner. He resuscitated himself. Yeah.
Okay, okay, Mr. Julian.
Uh, go ahead now. Read the man comment now.
You say good day, WCYE.
Oh, okay. All right. And Tommy, ban me now. Hey, ban me now. All right. Okay. No, Damien. I don't think I was saying DSS had anything to do with the crypto, I was wondering if it's the same person. Cause the name sound like a Karen person. I was just asking because I didn't know. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, emancipation is good. But do alone African people wear their African outfits? They shouldn't just wear the African outfit on emancipation. You understand? If I go in the closet, Tommy, and I see the and I look up in it and I see a thing there and I want to wear it, I wear it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'd rather wait for emancipation to come for me to wear that. Yeah. So the, yeah. Cool Runner, you're right. The way I saw the article is in the Express. Where the money going? The headline is where the money, Mr. Rose. Right? And yeah, Mr. Intellectual, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Salam again, really just because I saw a little comment on the on the chat there.
Yeah. Which comment?
You see how about this ethnic cleansing business.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if that gentleman know what is the meaning of ethnic cleansing.
Who's that band, man, huh?
Yeah.
You
I don't know where he come from or what business he trying to propagate on this chat. Well, let him know. I put it in the chat
yeah.
that it was the PNM, right? Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, who spoke about the gentrification of Port of Spain.
Mm.
Port of Spain East, to be exact, if I'm correct.
Uh,
You forget that.
mhm.
To get rid of all the black people
Mm.
from that area. And they was going to refurbish it and give it to other people. That is not ethnic cleansing. You forget about that. Which part in Trinidad and Tobago anybody else ever advocated ethnic cleansing other than the PNM? These people are in history really poor, you know.
Mhm.
And for I may assume that he may be of African descent, right? But he can't be more African than me, even though my hair is straight.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
He black in his heart. That's why he could think like that. But when you're black on the outside, you could identify with anybody. You understand?
Yeah.
And I'm sure that I am more African than he is. Because I understand the culture, I understand the system, I understand the way of life. I've been part of it. So them can come and talk that dotishness outside here. If he have any sense at all, let them flip him over and shake it back in his head so that he could start thinking properly. This kind of ignorance don't help our country, you know. It cannot help our system. It cannot help us to grow. It cannot help us to do anything other than to stay in the quagmire that we're in right now. And that is what breeding this evil and this criminal activities that happening in the country. And these fellas are propagating it. The evil. I don't know why it is they have to be doing these kind of things. We have youths coming up here that can't find a way out because of these evil kind of rhetoric that these people are putting on our society. Sometimes I feel the easiest way is to be a dictator and get rid of all of them. You know? When you come down to these kind of things, these kind of people and who perpetrating this kind of propaganda, you gotta get rid of them. They're evil. They're just destroying the country. But suffer it to be so that we're in a democracy and everybody has the right to speak, but everybody has the right to reply also. And I'm replying this evening. Tell him stop it. Ask him to stop it, please, because it's getting us nowhere. That kind of ignorance that doesn't help anybody whatsoever. And if he feel that propagating this thing would help the PNM, hard luck, you know. Hard luck. People seeing through it now. I am just helping him to move forward and get a life. Blessed afternoon, gentlemen.
Thank you. You know, Tommy, I am Ninja Girl. Welcome. Hey, we ain't see you in a while. How you doing? Um, Tommy, I don't know. I think what band may not be trying to do is to rile up people.
Absolutely.
That's what he's doing.
Trying to gaslight the chat.
Yes, he's trying to gaslight the chat. So, folks, when he put up something, he don't want no facts where he just pop, you know. Bandman just use his spaghetti theory. And that's what the PNM does do. Them just throw thing up on the wall. So he go come and he go start to talk about, hey, how come Wall Street didn't talk about Putin? Hey, how come Wall Street didn't talk about Trump, Wall Street and Uncle Tommy? Well, Bandman, if you want to talk about them, you could talk about them.
Right? That's not our focus.
Nobody is stopping you. You go ahead and talk. You understand? And so let me get back to this one. So I was having a discussion with someone about the makeup of the boards, right? And they're telling me, they're asking me now, they say, Ansem, so don't you have a concern about the makeup of certain boards? I said, let me say this. This is a question I asked them. I said, how many boards are there? Right? I said, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression, right, Tommy?
True.
And I asked the person this. I will give Kamala Prasad Visasa the benefit of the doubt as opposed to what they want to call ethnic stuffing or whatever they want to call it. I will give her the benefit of the doubt that she has no interest in doing that. And here is why. When I see the first appointment that the Prime Minister make is a black man to the second highest office in a cabinet, I can just throw that by the side. When I see a black woman is the Minister of Works, I can just throw that to the side. When I see two black men is in charge of national security, I can just throw that to the side. When I see a black woman is in charge of culture, I can't just throw that to the side. And then I added this. Mr. Florida, just hold the call. Hold the call, Mr. Florida. Hold the call. When I see, right, I can't just throw them things to the side, right? And then I said to the individual, there is a thought experiment that I do in my class at the beginning of the semester. Tommy, you know the thought experiment, the 9 times.
9 times stable.
And I always say that. There are certain things I always say. A lion has no memory. The 9 times table. A fish does not eat from the tail. Right? And when the PNM was treating people in a certain way, I used to use Eleanor Roosevelt. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. I also use Dr. Claude Anderson. Any race that's taught to hate itself, this goes towards the PNM. Any race that's taught to hate itself and love the world will become its own oppressor. That's why the PNM was oppressing black people in Trinidad and Tobago. Let me go over now to the UNC. When I see the things Mrs. Kamala Prasad Visasa is doing as Prime Minister, you have to give me a little more, Tommy, than just telling me that, oh God, I see these boards are predominantly black, predominantly Indian. Because, Tommy, we could go back and make comparisons to boards under the PNM, which was predominantly black. But I want to take it to a higher level. I want to get all the boards, Tommy. Do a comparison of all the boards rather than to be in a silo of taking 3 or 4 boards, 5, whatever it is, and make that comparison. Right? Now, the individuals always said to me, they say Wall Street, but you have to look at the boards and the prestige boards like NGC and the energy boards and so on. And I'm saying to myself, I said, but you're that not holding true to me. If you saying that for the boards, what about John Jeremy as the Attorney General? What about Jolene John as the Minister of Works? Right? What about Wayne Sturge and Roger Alexander in charge of national security? What about Michelle Benjamin in charge of culture? So I am saying that, folks, hold your horses, go down in the savannah or go to Santa Rosa Park and take off your blinders, because there's a particular reason why they put blinders on PNM people. I mean, why they put blinders on horse, right? I misspoke. Why they put blinders on PNM people? The blinders on horse is because all they want them to see straight ahead. They don't want them
Focus.
to see anything outside of the view, right?
They
Left
want
or
them
right.
they want them to focus on the track.
That's right. Focus on the track. That's what I want you to do. So, folks, hold your boat. I honestly do not believe that Mrs. Kamala Prasad versus the Prime Minister will sit down there and see anything like that happening, right? And continue to endorse that. I do not believe that, based on the things that she have done already in the short 2 to 3 months that they have been in power. And that's my take on it. That's my take on it. Yeah. I am not going to jump. And let me give the 9 times table now, right? In my class, I always put up the 9 times table. And the last one, I put 9 times 10 is 91. I have one problem incorrect. One. I have 90% right and one incorrect. And most of the kids in the class will only look at that one that was incorrect. But 90% is correct. And the one that's incorrect. So I want to look at the 90%, which is John Jeremy. And these are just examples. Jolene John, Roger Alexander, Wayne Sturge, Michelle Benjamin, and there is more, right? I want to look at that, as opposed to just trying to look at that and manufacture something out of that. And of course, there's comparisons. But also, Tommy, we have to be honest in that most of the voters that support the UNC is Indo-Trinidadians,
This
and
is
most
true.
of the supporters that support the PNM is Afro-Trinidadians, right? So if when the Afro party in power and them decide they want to empower these set of rich 1%, no, we want to also empower certain people, right? However, when it turns on the other side, all of a sudden they have a problem. And Tommy, I don't remember, folks. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember the UNC making an issue if the PNM had a board of 9 people and 7 of them were black. I don't remember that, right? And I like you all to give me some facts. Whereas that in the past, that was an issue that was made by the UNC, because I don't know. All right? So there you have it. So that's my take on that. I am not going to jump to conclusion, because what the Prime Minister have shown me, she have shown me by her actions, right, that she's not about that. And if you take one board that may have 7 Indians and 2 Africans, you can't use that 1 or 3, 4 or 5 boards. And if there's 50 something boards, as an example. Mr. Florida, welcome.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Anthony. Good evening, Mr. Tommy. Good evening to all the callers and the Texas, everybody on the live. Happy to see everybody here on this Sunday, through our God grace. But Mr. Anthony, Mr. Tommy, and to everybody on the chat, it is one way to answer, but you say ethnic cleansing, right?
You
But
go ahead.
which race clean out their own race? Huh? When you're looking at all the murders, look at the young lady who was killed and put in a suitcase. Who did it?
Banmena is just a distraction.
Yeah.
To take us off focus.
Is black on is African on African crime for the past 10 years is murder after murder. Who getting murdered? When you're looking at all the burial, who getting murdered most? It's not the police killing them, it's not UNC killing them, it's their own killing themselves. And that picture we have up there, Mr. Anselm, they go and start to export manure. First time I ever see manure stacked so high. You know what I mean? So guys, all when they're trying to come to get them the facts. Who killing out who in Trinidad? What you murder rate? Go online and go see the statistics of young African men under the age of 30 who killing out each other. All right, Mr. Anton, Mr. Tommy, look on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You see, Tommy, when people like PM Fox and Banmena and Patty and when Slimy was here, right? Yeah? Caller, welcome. Where you calling us from?
Trinidad, San Fernando. Good afternoon. Good evening.
San Fernando. What's your
Good afternoon.
You're calling Miss San
Yes,
Fernando.
sir.
Miss San Fernando, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. I'm just calling to say that you guys are amazing. It is always refreshing to hear your discussions.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It is, there's nothing left to say. There's nothing left to say. You all say it all. Your callers say it all. But as I say again, it's very, very refreshing to see you stand on something that is good and righteous,
Thank you so much.
because our country was really in a mess.
Yeah.
We are hoping that it gets better. I don't think it could get worse.
It will get better. It will
I
get
don't
better.
think,
It will get better.
yes,
Yeah.
I don't think crime could get worse, if everybody, but I prefer that everybody would hold their end, do what they have to do, and make it work for everyone in society, all the children, the adults, the state of affairs with the health sector, the police service, and all of it.
Yeah.
So you guys keep up the good work.
Thank you.
I hope everything is okay in your side of the world.
Yeah.
And thanks again for your lively program.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Okay,
Yeah.
Professor and Uncle Tom. Yes, will do.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you.
You know, Tommy, when the miseducation of the PNM, of people like Banmeher and PNM Fox and them, you have to call them out on their miseducation.
Yes, you have to call them out, but we have to not be sidetracked to the point where we just focus on.
Yes, I agree. But I think what Banmena is trying to do is exactly what Marvelous Marva said. We all have to be propagandists. They all have to be propagandists.
That's all they are, part of the propagandist network.
Yes. Let me take this call. KFC, welcome.
Hey, good night. Good day, Mr. What's your Uncle Tommy, man?
Good afternoon,
Same to you, my brother.
I see how a story can go there. With that story, with someone interfering with the ghosts and them out.
I didn't interfere with Elon.
But Mr. Washit, Willie, what about you on?
I don't know. I know.
Right now, the UNC activists are suffering in silence. I prefer to come out and talk. So I could break the silence in that time, right? It's too early now.
Yeah.
KFC. And make no couture.
Yeah, KFC. Oh. KFC. I am saying to people, especially the activists of them, whole strain, man. You understand?
Yeah.
Don't jump out yourself.
Yeah.
Now listen to this. It have people who used to be UNC activists before, big UNC activists, right?
Yeah.
And them in the bowls of the UNC for years, and all of a sudden, them jump out yourself, and now they are nothing to get. Nothing. Not even a tamarind ball.
Yeah.
No, they ain't getting a tamarind ball. They can't even get a tulum. They ain't getting a tamarind ball or a tulum. You know?
Yeah. Let's work back on this watching the game now by so.
Yeah, man. Stay the
Because
course.
I mean to have some US activists and I cry out and I seen a set of PM activists who come down in later and them eaten already. So people were told for the last 9 years. They're holding on still. Yeah, remember that's what I was just saying? Oh, hold on till I go. Let's hold on strong. Lockdown is the
Yeah,
best.
man. Bless. But Tommy, I wanted to do this, So what is ethnic cleansing? Ethnic cleansing is the forced removal of a particular ethnic or religious group from a geographical area by a stronger party in order to make that area ethnically homogeneous. It is considered a violation of international law.
That's
What are some
correct.
of the key aspects of ethnic cleansing? One, forced removal, right? Tommy, we are at in Trinidad and Tobago,
Nope.
right? This can include various methods, including deportation, population exchange, intimidation, violence, murder, torture, rape, and destruction of property. Right? Targeting of an ethnic or religious group. We are that, Tommy?
Nope.
The
You
aim is
see,
to eliminate the presence of a specific group from a territory.
we have a bunch of so-called educated, miseducated persons,
Oh, I was going to correct you. Miseducated.
miseducated persons
Yeah.
that bandy certain words around as though they authorities on the English language, and even sometimes try to point a finger at us that we don't understand English.
Yeah.
But they are all in a distraction mode where their propaganda work is to disrupt sensible thinking and acting people.
Correct. And the third one, Tommy, is violation of international law. While that is not a separate crime, the method used in ethnic cleansing, such as forced deportation, killings, and persecutions, fall under existing international crimes like crime against humanity, war crimes, and potentially genocide. And let me give you guys two examples. The Bosnian War of 1992 to 1995, widespread ethnic cleansing campaign against Bosniak and Croats. And the second one is the Rwandan genocide of 1994. That
True.
is, although labeled genocide, elements of ethnic cleansing were involved. So when the miseducated people like Bandmana and them come, right, with the dotishology, stupidology, and foolishology, yeah, right? They just come with it. But we have to make sure, right?
We address
Go
it
back, look
and
back
move
at them
on.
words all the time.
We gotta address
But
it and move on, but not let them take over our time and tie
correct.
us up.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. UNC, I'm proud. Go ahead.
Professor, good evening, afternoon again.
Yeah.
And it is not is geographic discrimination. So I wanted to know under the PNM, we suffer with geographic discrimination because the 7 UNC constituency of the local government, when they had to distribute the allocation, check how they do it, and they suffer them. So they can't even buy diesel for whatever little equipment they have to clean drain and to coordinate. to do the work to serve the people. Then when you check the geographic discrimination, the distribution of water out of the pipes, and then when Mark realized that too much a leak, he look up all
Well,
the water.
stand by. Stand by.
And then at the
All right.
first time, people started to see trouble for water and all too, because that's what you call geographic discrimination. Because if you could see 2,000 children drop out of the school system without a trace and you don't know where they are, what is that? You discriminate geographic you across the board. When you see flooding in areas and farmers lost their crop, you give them $35. And when you see certain people have losses, you give them millions of dollars. But you see, Professor, the PNM set up this racial card in a way. It's like Trump. When you play the all first and you call a piece of Trump, right? You have to Trump and follow suit. But that is how they set up the racialism card. And anybody decide to answer them, the person replying to them seems as the racial. But the true racialism comes from within. And if it's that what the PNM party is about, even the old supporters was discriminated about. So have a nice day, Professor. You have a next call.
Thank you. Go ahead, Tommy.
Your live
Yeah,
call.
hi.
Good afternoon.
First time call.
Thank you for calling.
I just happened to come across this YouTube. Calling from Queens, New York.
Welcome.
How you doing? Welcome.
Thank you. Since when I got here, because the nonsense I've been hearing since Friday, since yesterday. I mean, among the ignorant questions I've all. It's good to listen to you. First time I read finding you, I don't know what you want or anything. But the amount of nonsense I've been hearing is amazing. Ignorant people get because of that history and because of other things, But I got to you on you on every day or Sunday or Sunday or something. What is it? Every day?
Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10. Sunday from 1 to 4.
All right, cool. I will take this on you. I'll listen to you because there have to be ignorant people outside. But I like how you're talking and it's making sense. To me, it's making sense, And you already hear more from me. I go by the name of Hector from Queens. Hector from Queens.
Hector, thank you for calling. Right. Thank you for calling, Hector.
All right, you take
care. Yeah, tell your friends about us.
Yeah.
I will definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tommy.
Yes, sir.
Party, PNM party, you should be ashamed of yourself, You should really be ashamed of yourself. No, you shouldn't be ashamed.
A propagandist, how could a propagandist be ashamed of themselves when they're working?
But listen to this. Listen to party. Wall Street, stop your BS. You well understand what he was referring to. Oh, wait now. So, ethnic cleansing supposed to be what? The definition that he put up?
Wrong.
This is not my definition,
That's a miscommunication. That's a miscommunication. Because that's all propaganda.
Yeah, but you should be ashamed of yourself, Patty.
They should be. Bandana should be ashamed also.
Yeah, Tommy, if there was a black card, I would have revoked them black card, I'm telling you, I ain't lying. I would have taken with the black card.
We saying that they should be ashamed, but they're working.
Oh, they're working.
They're working. They have to be ignored. We have to just plain ignore them and keep moving with what we're moving with.
All right, let me take this call. Point 14, welcome.
Everyone should pleasant. Let me reach out that statement. Professor Wall Street President, good evening to you and your co-host, Dr. Tony in the house.
Yeah.
So I'm now seeing something that Victor Roberts said some years ago for the PNM. Too bad Victor Roberts don't any enemy side. Victor Roberts said some years ago he was talking to the people at Point Fortin and he was talking to the people at Library. But in 2025, we all come to resources. Well, most of them I should say. He said, he said politics is easy. Talking to the people at Point Fortin and Library. Say to the people at Point Fortin and Library, he said, let me tell you something. He said, when all of decide to take away the reins of power from the PNM and they put it in somebody else's hand, the PNM will go all out to the world to win back their trust. You see what Brian Mangan and them doing right now? They here they giving out a set of hampers all over the place.
Yeah.
This former Minister of Education telling people where to go and get the grants and stuff. These people don't need to stay in opposition forever because they work at their best in opposition. And I want to say this before I close too. The PNM government in racial, they are pseudo racist. They will use their own people to get in range of power and money. That's all what it does. They pseudo racist.
Thank you. Tommy, I saw Brian Manning giving out hampers in June, in July. I said, but wait now. That is a first for the PNM.
They work. That's what I'm saying. That in opposition they work best. So that's what they need to.
Tommy, that's why we had to keep them in opposition for 40 years, 4 decades. I keep telling people.
That's the only way the country is going to breathe. That's the only way the country is going to be able to breathe.
Correct. Listen, you see the 10 years them was in power, or they multiply that by 4 and get them 40 years on the bench. It have a fella here, he used to play for Belmont, but he used to sit on the bench. We used to call him Belmont midfielder. Brian John is his name. Brian John is the Belmont midfielder that is sitting on the bench. All you know that bench players who does work very well on the bench, them is captain on the bench. Yeah? Them just direct everything going on the bench. Them just control. Yeah. They ain't getting in the game, you know. You know who that like? That like Gordon Dryden Joseph. He's a kind of a bench referee. You know what I mean, Tommy? When the car get no referees, when every referee, either all the referees are taken, and your car get no more referee, they call up Gordon Dryden Joseph. They say, Gordon, you know, we need a referee, boy. You know, Gordon, yeah, where to come? Just come down the road. And he go down the road and referee. And that is let me take Sandra Cruz, hold on. And that is the way it is. Let me say welcome to Curtis Antonio Brady. Curtis Antonio Brady. Let's say welcome to Curtis. Curtis, welcome.
Welcome, Curtis. Welcome to WZYE. Don't forget to tell a friend.
Miss Santa Cruz.
Good afternoon, Wall Street, Uncle Tommy, and welcome, Curtis O'Brady. Wall Street, you know, I am listening to the chat with reading the chat with two PNMites who are real tabanka. Real tabanka.
Call the names, Miss Santa Cruz. Call the name.
Patricia Reed, Ban. Well, I can't say Gordon yet because he ain't opened him out yet, right? So for now, I will just say those two. But I want to tell Patricia Reed something. You say within a year, Wall Street will be changing the story. No. Right? This government is here to stay. They're here to fix the mess that Rowley put us in. Wall Street, how many years after Hitler died, people still remembering that tyrant for what he did to the people?
Correct. Yes.
They will never stop talking about Adolf Hitler.
Yep.
They will and the same way, we will never stop talking about Keith Rowley, what he did to this country. He could go, up to now we still talk about Eric William, how he was a con artist too, right? With the voting machine and all of that. He was no saint. And Patrick Manning neither was no saint. because he too was a con artist when the church in Guanapo, right? And we will never forget Rowley talking about what he did to Patrick Manning in Piggett's Corner. So if you, Patricia Reed, want us to stop talking about Rowley because he resigned and go and take again, it's better you leave the chat. Because we are not going to stop talking about Rowley, that rotten gut lying lunatic. We are not going. And what is ironical and funny, Wall Street? They're always talking about Indian people that be fighting for land. Who fighting for the land now and taking it to the Privy Council? Who fighting for it? And you don't want, you always condemning the UNC for going to the Privy Council. Oh, we have to depend on white man in wig in a back room to make decisions for we. But now we are going to the white man in the wig. You see how sanctimonious hypocrisy, situational ethics. But the biggest situational ethics and lie is Marvin Gonzalez saying at the press conference, you could have never take a cabinet note to Dr. Rowley with only one ethnic group on it. I want to know how Penny get away
with that group,
with that planning board.
Yeah.
How did she get away with that planning board? And that's one example, Wall Street. One example. You see how that is a lie? But you see what happened to them. They figure when they tell a lie here, we on the outside don't remember anything. We don't know anything. So we will not correct them. We will not correct them. But that is where they are wrong. Sometimes, you don't feel to be on the chat. Sometimes you don't feel to take part. But when you hearing these lies, and Patty have no shame. Every time they open their mouth, now it's 20,000 people out of jobs. Right? But she didn't study the 100 and something that Rowley put her for a job for the time he came in 2015. Nah, them thing don't count. Them thing don't count. And want to know why up to now they can't build a house. Like she was closing the fridge door when David Lee and them said they have to do an assessment of all the houses are there, what could be repaired, what could be given to the people, and all this kind of thing. And she also forgot that the debt that this new government have to pay off. That's why they went for the new allocation, right? Pay off from the PNM. But you see, if they have selective memory syndrome, we don't. Thank you very much and take care.
And listener, Tommy, we will never forget this.
That the PNM has found itself in, as the gentleman would have said rightly. Dr. Eric Williams, many years ago, said that every single member of the PNM is a propagandist of the PNM. And one of the first things I will do as your new chairman is to ensure that the propagandists of the PNM must be deployed on every nook and every cranny of this country. And we will chase them away on social media, and that the gospel of the PNM must be known to every single citizen of this country.
But what he forgot to remember is that the Fourth Estate was their bully pulpit before. But now social media has even the playing field, and people like us are here to push back and to dispel all the evil that they've been perpetrating on the population from time immemorial.
Correct, Tommy. Correct.
Remember to take the gospel of the PNM and to spread it in your homes, your villages, in your offices, and throughout the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago.
It's not, the UNC didn't say that. Kamala Prasad Basasa didn't say that.
Nope.
You didn't say that.
They've been perpetrating fraud on the people from time immemorial.
Yep.
I can't get the word out of my mouth.
Yeah. You see, Tommy, what they want us to believe. Well, not what they want us to believe. What they are having their people believe is that the PNM have elevated their lives. The PNM have made their lives better. Ask Patty and Banman and PNM Fox and them that. Ask them that.
All propaganda.
How has
All
the PNM
propaganda.
made your life better? Tommy? That should be an easy question to answer. In all the years they had been in power, how have they made your lives better? How have they improved the lives of all those people that continuously voted for the PNM? How? Eh? They have no answer for that. They have no answer. And why they don't have no answer? I do not know, Tommy, why they have no answer. But I know. It's not I do not know. I know why they don't have no answer. But Tommy, let's listen to this situation here with Prime Minister Rowley. Let's listen to that. Take a listen.
Rowley goes to Privy Council to fight for Mason Hall Goat Farm. Former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has taken his case to the UK-based Judicial Committee of the Privy Council to resolve a long-standing...
Yeah, I gotta add that. Let me add it. Because I removed it. Let me add it to the screen. Okay, here we go, folks.
No audio.
Council to fight for Mason Hall Goat. Rowley goes to Privy Council to fight for Mason Hall Goat Farm. Former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has taken his case to the UK-based Judicial Committee of the Privy Council to resolve a long-standing land dispute over his Mason Hall Tobago goat farm. The matter, which involves a dispute over a 56.5-acre parcel of land at Alma Estate, was heard on July 3rd before Law Lords Michael Townley, Featherstone Briggs, Hamblin, Burrows, Richards, and Lady Rose. Attorneys Christo and Joycelyn Gift are the respondents. Newsday understands that the Privy Council is expected to rule on the matter within the next month. Rowley, who was present for the hearing in London, was represented by former Attorney General Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj SC, Dr. Margaret Rose, and Robert Strang. Former Attorney General Anand Ramlogan SC appeared virtually for the gifts. Rowley is contending that he was entitled to purchase the land at Alma Estate based in a 1975 agreement. The land at that time was owned by Frank Latour. That year, Latour agreed to sell a parcel of land on the estate to Rowley for $300 per acre. The following year, a survey was done which identified the parcel as being 56.5 acres. Rowley alleged that Latour was dissatisfied with this survey and requested it be done over, but he died before that was done or conveyance took place. His executrix was his daughter, Marcelle Latour. In 1998, Latour agreed to sell the remaining lands in the estate to Christo and Joycelyn Gift at $5,000 per acre. That agreement excluded the parcel that was to be sold to Rowley. Although both Rowley in 1975 and the Gifts in 1998 paid deposits, no conveyance was completed for either transaction. However, in 2009, Rowley obtained a survey plan, which he alleged addressed the concerns Latour had expressed about the first survey. The second survey fixed the parcel to be sold to Rowley at 85.6 acres, 29.1 acres larger than the first survey. Latour sold the 85.6 acres to Rowley for $300 per acre, but the Gifts claimed that this sale breached their 1998 agreement and now wants possession of the entire estate, with exception of the 56.5 acres sold to Rowley, originally identified in the first survey in 1976. In 2017, a trial judge dismissed the Gifts claim, but 6 years later, in 2023, the Court of Appeal allowed the Gifts to appeal the decision and granted an order for specific performance, a contractual remedy in which a court orders a party to fulfill their obligations as closely as possible to what was promised in the contract, rather than simply paying damages for failing to do so. Rowley, who resigned as Prime Minister on March 16th after some 45 years in public life, is now seeking to overturn the Court of Appeal's decision through the Privy Council. In opening statements, Maharaj told the Law Lords the appeal raises the question of whether the majority in the Court of Appeal overstepped the bounds of appellate restraint when it overturned the findings of fact made by the trial judge. He said, in the judgment of the majority, the necessity to overturn the judge's findings of fact rose from two critical and related propositions. Maharaj argued the judge did not take into account the material evidence in the form of correspondence in 1980 and 1981 between two defendants for the claim, Latour, who was the first defendant, and Rowley, who was the second defendant. He said if the judge had taken that correspondence properly into account, she could not have made her findings to dismiss the respondent's case as to the agreement with Latour. Maharaj said, I will show that both of those propositions are incorrect because first, the judge did take the correspondence into account, and there is no good reason in my respectful submission to doubt that. Second, even taking the effect of the correspondence into account as the judge did, her findings were open to her on the evidence. It follows in my respectful submission from this that the majority were wrong to interfere with the findings of fact of the trial judge. In his submissions, Ramlogan said the case has had a long and meandering journey. The genesis of it is located in an agreement on July 19, 1975, which is evidenced by a receipt whereby Rowley made a down payment, as it were, on an undefined parcel of land that was subject to a survey to determine the precise boundaries, he said. Ramlogan said after the survey in May 1976, the next major step was on January 23, 2009. Long after that survey was done, when this claim was filed from our perspective, because the other two surveys were done after the claim was filed. He said, that is important because it means in effect that for a period of 1975 to 2009, a period of some 34 years, Rowley, whose case is that he had bought the parcel of land subject to a survey, took some 34 years, no doubt, with the case filed by the gifts, acting as a catalyst for him actually getting the survey done. Mind you, the survey was done in relatively quick order after this claim was filed. The respondent's case, Ramlogan said, is that Rowley had an agreement to buy a parcel of land that was to be defined by a survey. That survey was done, and that resulted in 56.5 acres. He said the receipts from 1975 and 1998 must not be confused. Ramlogan said his client, Christo Gift, in cross-examination, was crystal clear about his side of the story. That we were told that you were selling a parcel of land which was subject to survey and was in fact surveyed. It was 56.5 acres and the balance belonged to us. That was the simple case that he consistently stuck to. In fact, he had said that Mrs. Latour had not even told them that Rowley had made a down payment. All she told them was that they had agreed to sell him a portion of land and it had to be subject to survey. He said his submission was uncomplicated. Ramlogan argued that the lapse of time in this matter spans over 3 decades, and the oral evidence from a human being in circumstances such as that, it would be very unsafe and unreliable because memories would have faded. And this is precisely why, in a situation like that, if there is contemporaneous documentary evidence, it is going to be of relatively higher probative value as to what transpired. So this falls within one of the exceptions which justifies appellate intervention, and if it is that the trial judge did not in fact weigh in the balance heavily so, the contemporaneous documentary evidence.
So there you have it, Tommy.
We passed the top of the hour.
Yeah. Folks, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, there's more for you. It's Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZY 95.9 FM. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after this. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Back with you. It's Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. That's every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah. Share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509. 973-609-6509. And as the professor said, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, share the live, share the live, share the live.
You know, Tom, it was interesting, that I read a post by Stuart Young and by Penelope Week Beckett. And the more we don't see and hear of Penelope Beckers, the more we realize that Penny Week Beckers is going to go down in history as the weakest opposition leader in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. That's why she's called Penelope Week Beckers. She's going to go down in history by no, you don't even have to worry about it. If we go to an opposition Olympics, right, and you have 100 meter for the weakest opposition, Penny get gold, silver, and bronze. She getting all 3 medals as the weakest.
Well,
Right?
we want them right there. We want them right there.
Yeah. And they're asking question, when is the Prime Minister going to make a statement on the state of emergency? When we have, you see, there is a difference between the current government and the past government. Because under the past government, they have butchered almost every independent institution in Trinidad and Tobago. Let me repeat that. They have butchered almost every single independent institution in Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah? And there's work they have to do in order to fix that. KFC, welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Washington, Uncle Tommy.
Yeah.
Hey, KFC.
The man fight. I see Uncle the man fighting back for Ilana, right?
man, what go to them out the pasture, man. You go to them to graze.
Before I didn't born, land was so cheap.
What do you mean? Yeah.
So going to be first person then, we'll tell them so they buy land and thing. So precious, we only fighting back for land.
Mm-hmm.
And when the Honorable Bazo Pandey give you a piece of land, he take it away.
Mm-hmm.
She don't know land is money, land is rotten. So he take away the land, they go get Indian businessman. So they did the black brothers to start with the land and give them land emancipation coming up very first. We know the land, we go to the savannah, we go set our tents and watch African craft and all of that thing in there. So they never give black people no land.
Yeah.
So smart Rowley,
Well, you think it easy?
So watch it very sad.
But KFC, as you say that day, you just have my mind run on something, you know.
Yeah.
Prime Minister Rowley, who called himself to be the blackest man in Trinidad, was taking away land from Pantrin Bago, and he had 56 acres sitting home in Tobago.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, land, even Ghana and get yams. You don't plant yams in Tobago.
Why? That fella?
Well, look, David Mohammed, you know, because I give David Mohammed a piece of land, he could have given David Mohammed a nice piece of, a bigger piece of land, because David Mohammed doing a good work in the community there.
Correct.
But like I said, but thing like you wanted to start building to open a watch it program for the youth and the ministry, I didn't give you that.
But KFC, here, the black PNM activists who didn't want the Lavantel to Worship Empowerment Center because they hated themselves. Hear what I'm saying now? Well, Wall Street, go and let Kamala give you a building, huh? You hear them?
Yeah.
Go and let Kamala give you a building.
But what should you know that wicked black people is when they're supposed to stand up and fight Rowley, because Rowley is the blackest man and fight for the land. Somebody look like you know American versus sister. They were to go and get land. And you get a piece of land. She go show much she care. Them people don't care about their own people and them.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So here it is. This was released by Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bissessa on the state of emergency.
The following statement made by the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bissessa SC.
Take this call before we. I'll take this call. Caller, welcome.
Pleasant good afternoon to mightyful Mr. Walsh.
How you doing, my
and to
brother?
all of the listeners on Raise TV. Get this over here.
How you doing, brother? Welcome to the program, man. Powerful, brother, man.
Thank you so much, man. It has been a long time coming. You know how it is good.
Yeah, man.
Well, the PNM is at it again, even though they get through out. By the people that's in the land to do it.
You going low?
Hello, yeah?
Okay, yeah, we hearing you now. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, the PNM is at it again, even though they've been, rejected by the people of Trinidad and Tobago on April 28th, 2025. They're still back with their lies, cries, and mama guys, trying to say power to the people when there's only power to themselves, trying to continue spewing their propagated sleuths into the spin of things. But that was so from since 56 up to this day. And let us not forget, Trinidad and Tobago, the people of Trinidad and Tobago had no right to know nothing but poverty. No, we had no right to know anything about crime and criminality. It is the PNM under Eric Eustace Williams who realized and understood that a people who is properly well educated and informed is a dangerous people.
Correct.
And a people who stands together is a dangerous people. And it's the reason why in those early days, when internet and online stuff was in loom, it was not everybody's hands or fingertips, but he never decided not to. He decided not to invest into technology because he knew that a people who is properly well educated and informed is a dangerous people.
Correct.
Hence the reason why he also never wanted us to stand together, which is the two major ethnicities, which is the Africans and the Indians. So divisiveness and racial content was always a part of the propagated slate since then.
Yeah.
And not only that, during the course of that period in 62, when we was handed our so-called independence from the colonial regime, handed it. Now we never fought for anything. There was another nation, which is Dubai, who also gained their independence because they became independent. So there's a difference between handed over to and became independent. And Dubai, and this is facts, right? Unless if anything else has changed, as far as I know, which is facts. At Dubai, there is no poverty because it doesn't exist. There's no crime and criminality because it doesn't exist. And if it do pretext to what I am saying, there are proper mechanisms in place that if the simplest mite of crime and criminality is to appear, it's going to be eliminated immediately. Dubai doesn't even have as much as the raw resources that we do.
Correct.
And yet still, there's no poverty in Dubai. All thanks to the mighty fallen, destructive PNM government. But we must never forget that these people who calling themselves the saviors of the people, power to the people, they are the ones who stood idly by for 10 years when Trinidad and Tobago was burning to the ash.
Correct.
They are the same ones who stood idly by. Those few Decepticons who stood idly by when they were the architects of the destruction and the breaking down of their own political institution. Now rebuild what? Rebuild what you destroyed? A few greedy men and women? Rebuild what? Save what? Save yourselves. Because they just had a so-called match in Port of Spain. That's when Prime Minister Moody was in Trinidad and Tobago. A man called, oh God! The coal pot man, he's the man who leading that protest, by that protest short of us. And these are the people who trying to say that, they are holier than thou. They fail in crime, they fail in education, they fail every walks of life. And these are the people who want to raise their hand and beg power to the people. Now you tell me what you think about these people, my brother.
Yeah, well, just as you know,
Yeah, brother.
as you know, we here in the diaspora, right? We've been in the vineyard fighting, and we know that under this current government, when they have that motto, when UNC, when everybody win, we know that Trinidad and Tobago is gonna win, and we know it's gonna take. We have to be patient, and we don't think things gonna happen in 3 months. You see, it's only the PNM people pushing that propaganda about what they're doing with crime and what they're doing with this and what they're doing with that. Right? We already see 6 things was accomplished in short period in time. Right?
Short period of time.
Short, and they have put it out there to the people. But you see, Marvin Gonzalez, Marvelous Marva said, every PNM is a propagandist. And he's gonna go every nook and cranny to make sure they spread the propaganda of the PNM. It's not Wall Street said that. Marvelous Marva said that. And he was just following in the footsteps of the president, right? The current president, because she said you have to spread the gospel of the PNM all across Trinidad and Tobago.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct. Yeah. And you see the thing is, the PNM media, mainstream media, is giving them all these leverage to continue to spew the propagated slurs. And these journalists, these so-called independent journalists, they are not so independent at all, because if there's a break into the institution from since that 10 years ago, and it's retransfer into our people-centric government. These people, they have to be careful, because you see, why scrape at the bottom of the barrel? Why continue doing the foolishness that your PNM handlers is forcing you to do? Why don't you continue to attain to be doing proper investigative journalism? Why? So that is your legacy that you want to leave as a journalist. That's the reason why it takes people like myself to rebut and to dismiss and to make sure that the people of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, by extension, the Latin Caribbean and the wider world, know what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago, so that there can be some sort of fairness and balance and not bias. You know?
Yeah, man. Curtis, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, one of these days I'll come and see you inviting me, man. No
Yeah,
problem.
man. Yeah, we go get that invitation. No problem.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
man.
Marvelous Marva, if you're locked on, and if the stone fall inside of your garden, where you to sit down and put your fingers on your lips and watch how good governance and responsible people moves and motivates the people.
Thank you, man.
Thank God for the people of Trinidad and Tobago that we have dismiss the PNM in its entirety and thank God for your wonderful show and your host, my friend.
Thank you, man. Thank
God
you.
bless.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Which
you.
is so Brady, boy. Cool, man. Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Ram the Rhine, welcome.
Good
Ram the Rhine.
evening, Professor Wall Street
Yeah,
and
man.
Anita Tommy.
Yeah.
Good evening.
What does happen to this woman? What does happen to this woman they call Makila Pandey? Every time something happens, she jump up from below, she rock, and she make one that comment. Talking about the SOE is a recycler, a PNM. She end up better. But except jumping out and making once a ridiculous comment, and then she go back below, she rock again, and then you she next 3 months. You know?
I can't.
The next one, who's the interim leader? That was on the Guardian, eh? That Makila was on the Guardian. The next one, the interim leader NPA. He making wants a big comment to Dindial. What are these people? They are sick. Everybody want to fight crime. Let them take a chance and fight the crime. You know?
Correct.
You know, this people have no shame at all. Especially Makila. Makila have no shame whatsoever. You know? And they want to tell me. You see what you all take care.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, I when I listen to oh, let me listen to this, folks. Just a minute. Thank you, man. Don't we have any voice notes there?
I just checked. I don't see any.
All right, so let's listen to this. Let's take a listen to this.
The following statement made by the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisasa SC, Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, on the state of emergency, July 18th, 2025. My government came into office on the promise that we'd address the crime situation in Trinidad and Tobago as a matter of priority, and that we'd do everything necessary to ensure that citizens felt safe in their homes, workplaces, schools, and places of worship. Last evening, I received an intelligence report from the Commissioner of Police, and I immediately directed my Attorney General to take the requisite steps to advise Her Excellency the President to declare that a state of emergency existed in Trinidad and Tobago. I will not stand idly by for years, months, or weeks, or even days, while a minority of illegally armed individuals act in concert to intimidate the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I will not tolerate a resurgence of kidnappings for ransom and other heinous crimes initiated by gangs. I will not allow these elements of society to continue to terrorize and traumatize law-abiding citizens and to wreak havoc in our land. For years, while in opposition, I repeatedly called for a state of emergency, not as cheap political gimmickry to appease the population leading up to an election, but as a critical measure to attack the crime situation within the parameters of the law. This government walks the walk. We are taking urgent action to cut off this immediate threat at the root and to safeguard our people. Our government is working closely with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service to ensure that this state of emergency brings tangible results in our fight against crime. The state of emergency came into effect just after midnight, when Her Excellency the President issued a proclamation and the regulations. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service immediately engaged in operations to secure the citizenry and the institutions that uphold the integrity of the state. The TTPS and the government will continue to keep the population informed as appropriate within the coming days.
Yeah, we are back. Tommy, I want to put people on notice, because you see this SOE, there's going to be another race agenda by the PNM. All I remember when the PNM was using the race agenda about how they lock up so much of black black people back then and lock up this among the black people. Watch it again, eh? Watch it again, eh? They're gonna start with that race thing again. They're gonna
They've
start
already
again, you know.
they've already started.
Or they start already, Tommy? Really? They ain't waste no time?
They're subtle, but they're subtle, but their propaganda machinery is at work.
Yeah, they're gonna start because don't forget it, the propagandists are in all neck, what's it, Tony? Nick and cranny?
Every nook and cranny.
Nook and cranny, yeah. All nook and cranny. Yeah? Sorry about that. All nook and cranny. Right? And I want this thing here. Hold on. This thing here. You see this here? Folks, you see this here? When this happened in Trinidad, under the UNC, this happened. You see on the screen there? We go get to that just now. But let me read a press release for you guys that just happened. Media release, UNC National Women's Arm, United National Congress Women Arm. Hold on, eh? 1 minute. Let me see something. One minute. Okay, I hope that's the right one. Anyway. Yeah, press release. Date 20th of July 2025. United National Congress Women's Arm. Beckers Robinson spreads alarm while Prime Minister Kamala Prasad-Bissessar SCMP delivers security with accountability. The Women Arm of the United National Congress UNC categorically condemns and rejects opposition leader Penelope Beckers Robinson misleading and alarmist attacks on the constitutionally executed state of emergency. Instead of supporting lawful measures initiated only after formal police recommendation, National Security Council scrutiny, legal vetting, and a limited presidential proclamation with no curfew, Mrs. Beckers Robinson disingenuously offers fear, recycled rhetoric, and no coherent alternative plans for tackling the runaway crime rate that the previous government failed to address. Her criticisms ring hollow and deeply hypocritical, given her senior role in that previous failed destructive PNM regime which oversaw a historic rise in crime and violence in Trinidad and Tobago in its decade-long tenure. The UNC's Women Arm expresses full confidence in our esteemed political leader, Prime Minister the Honorable Kamala Prasad-Bissessar SCMP, whose visionary, right-respecting, and people-centered leadership is already delivering decisive action to rescue and rebuild Trinidad and Tobago in under 3 months of his human office. PM Prasad-Bissessar is disrupting organized criminal plots while safeguarding civil liberties, and his stewardship embodies safety with accountability, firmness with fairness, and transparent constitutional governance. PM Prasad-Bissessar decisive action will improve scrutiny for all women and indeed for all citizens. We call on Mrs. Beckers Robinson to abandon irresponsible performance politics while disciplined national renewal proceeds under Prime Minister's principled and protective leadership. National Women's Arm of the United National Congress. That was a press release that was just issued. Yeah. So Tommy, you know the African Bank is now in Jamaica, right?
Yes.
Okay. So folks, the Afrex Exim Bank is in Jamaica now. And this is going to show you how the PNM government don't like black people. They don't like, all they like these black people is when the election come for them to vote for them. That is it. Nothing else. As soon as the election is finished, right? Or, Tommy, when they lose an election, they
Oh,
love black people now more than ever.
that's when they really care.
Oh God, boy. Watch. As soon as the PNM lose an election, KFC, hold on. As soon as the PNM lose an election,
Oh, they
they
care.
new song with "We Love You So." Put black people in it. We love you so, black people, now that we're in opposition. Go ahead, KFC.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Washington. Uncle Tommy again. I see the African Bank sign up in Jamaica now.
Correct is right. Yep. Yep.
So the blackest man who run this country for the last 9 years and a half. So they send him to the African Bank. So they go to send on that bank.
That fella more interested in getting land in Tobago for his goats, right, than to empower black people. He was more interested in that.
And I'm also more wicked. I'm also interested. Man, want to see my prayers at all. He alone want to ride you for Dr. Early Black. Black on the outside. I hear the Honorable Kamala Father sister when we were not in a position telling Dr. Early, see what your people.
Correct. Correct. See what your people.
Who concern voting in the East-West corridor, like Betaman, Steelers and Junction and Duncan Street and Nelson Street. Look at them communities. It's true, it's a government for everybody, but you have to make sure and see what your people too concern voting and having all in office, right? Through dirty dread eyes and nasty jokey face kiss Scotland, all of them coming out now and talking about they're so care, they so love black people because they're in a position, Mr. Washington. You know that?
Yeah. Yeah.
As they go in power, they don't care about black people again, you know. Yeah, and I've seen Dolly come out and talk about all his food, all his grant and all this like that. What people put on the breadline and take out people thing.
Yeah.
If people going for empire, seeing the double dipping, the greedy and all kind of out of time and thing, this nasty, wicked Donald Cox and them. You will get the bank here, you know. I feel you will get the bank here.
Yeah, we go get it.
You got to emancipation, man. I feel so.
We go get it. Thank you.
Get
Yeah, man.
I love to understand.
Listen to this. The first time in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, Stuart Young gained out hamper in June and July. Brian Manning gained out hamper in June and July. Folks, I don't remember in the past history where any PNM MP gave out hamper in June and July. I don't remember. I don't remember. All in a sudden, is all kind of thing the PNM gain out to fool people. All in a sudden. So I'm telling you all, listen to me. Listen to Tommy. The best thing for the PNM is for them to be in opposition for the next 40 years. At least they go start to service their constituencies. Tommy? Yeah?
That he thinks that, well, if the supporters not understanding what is his agenda, well, sorry for them. But you got to see about your people. You're talking about emancipation, African emancipation, but you train somebody, you give them experience, you take them everywhere, you take them the distance, and you're talking about African emancipation. That is just is unacceptable. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Wall Street.
Yeah, Tommy. I was saying, Tommy, that the best thing for Trinidad and Tobago and the constituencies that have never forsaken the PNM is to keep them in opposition, because when they're in opposition, they work harder for you. They see you now. Keep them in a position for the next 4 decades, and you will get more from them. But Brian Manning giving out hampers. Stuart Young giving out hampers. Just now, the Colport man go give out hampers. Marvelous Marva go give out hampers. Nyan Gatsby Dolly go give out hampers. Right? Penelope Week Beckers, she go give out hampers too. And if you make if Tommy, if they make it like if you don't know what it is, former Prime Minister Roddy go come and give out hampers too. You understand? They are better suited for the country in opposition. They work harder.
I agree.
So all you don't get upset, right? Let me keep them in a position so they could continue to work hard next 4 decades. We don't want them no other place. We don't want them wrong the treasury or wrong to do any kind of decisions for the country because they have failed miserably at that. They are very good at bankrupting the country. That's what they do very well. Very, very well. But I want you all to listen to this one. Only remember the blackest man was telling us all kind of excuses why they couldn't bring the Afrexim Bank to Trinidad. All kind of excuse. It's in Jamaica. Take a listen.
Jamaica joins Afrexim Bank. Jamaica has officially acceded to the establishment agreement of African Export-Import Bank, Afrexim Bank, becoming the 13th Caribbean Community, CARICOM, member state of the African Multilateral Financial Institution.
You hear that?
13th. So that means 13,
and the blackest man in Trinidad. Go ahead, Tommy.
13 states have already joined the Afrexim Bank.
Right. And the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago, former Prime Minister Rowley, his words, not mine, made all kind of excuse as to why they didn't want them in Trinidad and Tobago. Eh? And look at Jamaica now. But folks, hold straight now. It's going to happen.
The historic signing took place on the sidelines of the 49th regular meeting of the
Let me take this call. Keyshawn, welcome. I'll pause the video to take your call, Keyshawn. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll call back.
All right, cool. Thanks. All right, folks, let's take a listen. Hold the calls. Your calls. Folks, hold the calls. Let's finish listening to this.
Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community. According to Afrexim Bank, Jamaica's accession marks a major achievement in the growth of global Africa, an intercontinental partnership committed to economic transformation and self-determination for African nations and their diaspora. The move unlocks an additional US $1.5 billion financing for Jamaica and other Caribbean economies.
So me hear that?
Yep.
You hear that?
Claro.
And all you go tell me the PM like black people? The PM have people economic well-being at hand? Eh? The PM want to see the improvement of poor black disadvantaged people in Trinidad and Tobago? Really? Really? When? Maybe in 1892? Or in 1825? Not in 2025? Or in 2024? Or in 2023? Or in 2022? Or in 2021? Or in 2020?
Raising Afrexim Bank's total approved facility for the region to US $3 billion, contingent upon full CARICOM membership, it stated. Calling the signing an incredible opportunity for even greater transformative impact, Afrexim Bank President and Chairman Prof. Benedict Orama said Jamaica's accession strategically positions the bank to deepen financial engagement in the region, including long-term capital investments to support the growth and development of small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, in Jamaica.
Folks, hold on. I don't know why they do us that. We don't control the ads, folks. Hold on, we be right with you. There we go.
We are thrilled to welcome Jamaica into the Afreximbank family. Jamaica's accession to the partnership agreement marks a pivotal step towards realizing the vision of our forefathers, a united and prosperous global Africa, built on a platform of South-South cooperation. The partnership agreement unlocks Afreximbank's financing solutions, trade facilitation tools, and investment opportunities, empowering Jamaican businesses to access African markets while fostering reciprocal trade. Acting Chief Operating Officer for Afreximbank's Caribbean office, Okechukwu Ihejirika, added, "The initiative the bank has taken coming into the region is something that no other institution can make happen apart from Afreximbank, and I am happy for the response from the governments in the CARICOM region. That shows that we are now ready to forge a greater partnership between Africa and CARICOM. This is something no other entity can do for us, and we are now rising up to the challenge." Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, welcomed the agreement as a strategic boost to Jamaica's development efforts. This is a significant and strategic step that strengthens Jamaica's ability to access increased trade financing, investment support, and technical assistance. The agreement creates real opportunities for Jamaica to benefit from Afreximbank's expanding suite of financial instruments, including trade guarantees, project financing, and capital support tailored to the needs of developing economies. It positions Jamaica to tap into new sources of funding for critical sectors such as manufacturing, logistics, agriculture, and the creative industries, while laying the foundation for deeper collaboration between African and Caribbean businesses. He also underscored the critical role of the private sector, stating, "Financial institutions, including JN Bank, which I must commend, will have a key role to play in these regulations, not just through funding, but through innovation in fintech, small and medium-sized enterprise, SME financing, and diaspora bonds." JN Bank Chairman Keith Levy also welcomed Jamaica's accession, stating that the formalization of the agreement opens the door for Jamaica to connect capital with opportunity. The Caribbean needs a diversification of financing for important initiatives across this region, including investments in infrastructure, technology, and cultural assets, he shared. We also see the growing economic activities in Africa in areas such as science, technology, and medicine, coupled with the fact that there is a young, educated population who will purchase goods and services and visit the Caribbean as tourists. Through trade and cooperation, we can and shall achieve mutual economic growth. Reflecting on the origins of the JN Group, the parent company of JN Bank, which was founded in the 1800s to provide financial security to still relatively recently emancipated Africans in Jamaica, Mr. Levy noted that the partnership and discussions at the side meeting are key steps towards unlocking broader economic freedoms for people of African descent. The Caribbean people are part of the African diaspora, and as such, we must take advantage of the opportunities that are available in Africa and the Caribbean.
See, Tommy?
Yep.
Jamaica ahead of we. Jamaica. And who is to blame for that?
The blackest
No
man.
one other than the eh?
The blackest man.
The blackest man. Correct. The blackest man. Yeah. Yeah, KFC.
Mr. Wall Street. Yeah, they call them and let us say PM have a boss who say you love your country, but really and truly you don't love your country, you love the PM. Remember, you are fighting for that, and we had to say that now. Because you are still out to bridge here and in Jamaica sign on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We need to now, we go say now.
I don't know where you go say.
So the way to put in, then they need to sign on the bank.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with black people, you know.
What? You think it's easy? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm the line. All right. Tommy, you know, it's sad, you know. It's sad, you know.
Of course.
Yeah, caller, welcome. Ram the Rhine, welcome.
Professor Wall Street, Uncle Tommy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
An article that Beck was right. In New York, meeting Trinidadians and saying that UNC surrender. The surrender on crime plan.
Yeah.
What part of the world she brings us in?
I don't know.
You know, I want to ask you a question. And she was in government for 10 years almost. What PNM did about crime? What she did about crime? She talking so much. You know, these people are weak and they're just ignorant to the fact that they cannot do anything except thief. You know?
Yeah, we hear you.
Why she,
Go ahead.
why she don't give up that leadership? She don't know leadership. Like Kamala have no leadership. What leadership she have? Huh? She's weak like a straw.
Weak.
So, just imagine, you don't know if Marva Nicholas is the leader of the party or she's leader. Huh? Now they're giving out hampers. They're giving out hampers in the area that they win. They're not giving hampers to all that Trinidad.
Yeah.
You see? So these people have no shame. They should go and hide themselves.
Yep. Correct.
They should go and hide themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to take care of it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tommy, I want to play another video before I go. But I want to show you all something. Look at this. Yeah, I'm nine. Go ahead.
Huh?
Oh, you was calling back? All right. No, I called back by mistake. Tommy, watch this, right? Where is it here? No, I think it's over here. I think I put it here. Tommy, I want you to watch this. This is our post here, folks. It's kind of hard to see, right? This is our post here by Colin Booth. And I'm going to read from his Twitter, right? This is what he says. After years of hard work, based on a review, TNT status up to April 11, 2025, TNT was just determined by the Global Forum on Transparency and Exchange of Tax Information to be largely compliant with the OECD standard. We are on our way to removal from the GF/EU blacklist. So, if you read this, right, Tommy? I'm reading it from his tweet, right? But let me do something. What they have up on his screen there? Let me just read it for you guys. It's kind of small on the screen, but I wanted to put it up for you guys because, next thing they're gonna say, what she done told me trying to mislead the people. Let me get this right here, Tommy. Here it is. Okay, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna read this for you guys real quick. Come on, turn. Here we go. Come on. All right. This is what it says, right? This is the executive summary that's up on the screen there. It says, this report analyzes the implementation of the standard of transparency and exchange of information on request in Trinidad and Tobago on the second round of reviews conducted by the Global Forum. It accesses both the legal and regulatory framework in force as at 11 April 2025 and the practical implementation of this framework against 2016 terms of reference, including in respect of exchange of information requests received and sent during the review period from 1 January 2021 to December 31st, 2023. This report concludes that Trinidad and Tobago is rated overall largely compliant, right, with the standards. In 2011, the Global Forum evaluated Trinidad and Tobago in a Phase 1 review against the 2010 terms of reference for the legal implementation of the exchange of information on request standard. Trinidad and Tobago stayed blocked in Phase 1 because the access powers could not be used to answer exchange of information requests in most cases. Let me read that for you guys again. Trinidad and Tobago stayed blocked in Phase 1 because the access powers could not be used to answer exchange of information requests in most cases. And when you go to the chart, the first three says largely compliant, right? He's saying that they are largely compliant. However, there is one access to information compliant, rights and safeguard compliant, EQIR mechanism compliant, network of EQIR mechanism compliant, confidentiality compliant, rights and safeguard compliant, quality and timeliness of response partially compliant, right? So, I mean, when you look at the overall information, some of this information that he's putting out is somewhat misleading. So I just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention. I had another video, Tommy, by Shambles. You know who Shambles is?
Yeah, I think I saw that video.
You see that, right?
Yes.
Why do they try to? Nah, I go play it for you. I go play it for you. I go play it, Tommy. Let me play it. Folks, I want
It's
you to listen.
all part of the propaganda machine.
Correct is right. I want you guys to listen to this. This is all part of the propaganda machine that the PNM is talking about. Listen to Shambles. By expose them, and we expose them. Shambles, you get exposed again, boy. Is Shambles the name, Tommy?
Rambles or shambles or something.
Oh, all right. I don't be messing up people thing, So, folks, I want you all to listen to this. Listen to Shambles, and then you're gonna see something at the end. Let me go to the chat real quick. Shambles. Yeah, Shambles. No, we had to expose them, Tommy moment. Listen to Shambles,
So what are we saying? That Theoton was right? Because as I recall history,
certain criminal gangs, and I will leave out the places where, at this stage, but I can say throughout Trinidad and possibly Tobago, are likely
you know what I want to do,
immediately increase their brazen acts of violence.
365 days for the year. And then out of nowhere, random press release from Rasa. Nobody asked for this, nobody's even contemplating this. Wasa says service to continue during state of emergency. Well, okay. Thanks for that bit of information. I don't think anybody on hearing news over there, so you say, oh God, they're going to cut off water. I don't think so. Random, but thanks for the information. And then you have the conflicting information. Because earlier on in the day, we heard the police commissioner making this statement.
Of another. This has nothing to do, absolutely nothing to do with any particular threat to a politician.
So there was no particular threat to any politician. But then later...
Folks, this is it right here. Listen to Shambles, Listen to what Shambles saying. Listen,
On the day, we heard from this drunk sounding guy who I found out was the Attorney General because it says over his head. But he had this to say.
Well, I mean, the fact that I am here speaking to you this morning and that half of the building has not been destroyed by a rocket launcher should tell you that we have succeeded in disrupting a plan.
But this man said that there was no plan to target any politician. There's something about this country,
No, Tommy, you see how he playing smart with foolishness?
Yep.
He cut out the video, He cut it out, right? But let me go to the video now by the Attorney General. Post a fast forward, If you want to see the whole video, go on WZYE TV, you will see the whole video. Let me see if this is it here.
With no choice but to take the most dramatic action that is possible under the Constitution. We have done that. We make no apologies for it. We have a duty to all of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, whether they voted for us or not, to keep them safe and to protect against precisely that which took place in 1990. It will not happen on our watch. One more question.
Finally, from me, sir. In 2011, under the former People's Partnership government, there was a state of emergency where approximately 5,000 young men were arrested and
detained under the SOE. Many of them were not charged eventually based on the fact that the police never brought any evidence to support their detentions for prolonged periods. And many of them would have benefited from handsome payouts from the Office of the Attorney General when they brought legal action. What assurance can you give now that a similar scenario would not play out?
Well, I was not the Attorney General at the time. I'm very stingy in terms of the payments which I am required to make or those which I might be required to make in the future. I have a high degree of confidence in the actions of the police service at this time. I believe that one learns from one's mistakes and that the mistakes of the past will not be repeated today.
Mr. Attorney General,
last question.
Yeah, you said
Sorry, Akash, one quick question. The public usually, when an SOE is called, assume is a last resort to some extent by any government. What assurance, if any, you could give the public that the government do have control over the situation right now and that all is being done so they have to instill confidence in the government?
Well, I mean, the fact that I am here speaking to you this morning and that half of the building has not been destroyed by a rocket launcher should tell you that we have succeeded in disrupting a plan. We stand before you as representatives of people. We are being as open as is possible, given the fact that a lot of this is embargoed from release by, you protect individuals, human intelligence, as you have intercept intelligence, but you have human intelligence as well. But I can say with certainty that we're on top of things as of now.
AG, just one more thing. Now, something you said to me earlier. You said the last SOE was called for nothing, inferring the president greenlighted an SOE based on nothing.
Tommy, you see how them fellas just distort things? Yeah?
Yep.
That's what they do. Yeah?
It's the fourth estate, you know.
Yeah, yeah, party. PM party. Yeah, the BSC trying to feed us. I ain't trying to feed you nothing. That's the videos, you know. You should talk about the BS Shambush trying to feed people. Yeah? I said, folks, put your closing comments in the chat, send your closing voice notes, and put your closing quotes. Put your closing comments in the chat, send your closing voice notes, and put your closing quotes in the chat. Party, you should be ashamed that you see Shambush trying to fool people, cut up the video, right? To make it look like if plan, stop it by plan. Look, I don't know what to tell all you, know? No. We have to answer people like Shambles on them. Because all you, Tommy, what did I say about if a lie go wrong many times you could, you know, there's a quote about a lie? There's something that says about a lie. If you allow a lie to think people start to believe is the truth. Something like that. Something like that. We cannot allow this to happen, folks. We have to be careful, right? Because they have actually made it public. They have made it public, you know. They have made it public.
That the PNM has found itself in, as the gentleman would have said rightly. Dr. Eric Williams, many years ago, said that every single member of the PNM is a propagandist of the PNM. And one of the first things I will do as your new chairman is to ensure that the propagandists of the PNM must be deployed on every nook and every cranny of this country, and we will chase them away on social media, and that the gospel of the PNM must be known to every single citizen of this country.
Keyshawn, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy.
Good afternoon.
You have to expose them. You have to. You have to put the shambles up, man.
Yeah.
You have to. Because if you allow these stinking lies to fester, people are going to believe it.
Correct.
They're going to believe it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And to talk about remember you asked the question earlier in the video earlier about the state of emergency. Rowley and they called the state of emergency, not the police commissioner, when they were interfering with everything.
Correct.
And Rowley and that so-called one that's in the president's house, he and she was in cahoots together. She gave him the list.
Yep.
They interfered with everything, both of them.
Yep.
We needed a state of emergency. These losers, we need to get them out of the country too. They need to stay in opposition. Like you said, they work hard, but they're useless anyway. I don't know why A&R Robinson gave them the 1818 Act back then when it was 3 seats. He should have never let them fester. But he was dumb enough to give them a chance to breathe.
Yep.
And they come back to cut me short.
Yep.
All right, locked on and listening.
Thanks. Yeah, Tommy boy.
Yep.
Yeah. Could you see your editorial? I go let me see something here. Let me see if I have any Ms. Nova says, enjoying the program, very informative, especially the goat farm business. Oh God. I learn about the goat farm, boy. The goat farm. All right. Folks, we're going to take that break and we'll be right back. Stick and stay. It's Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZY 95.9 FM. We come to you every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. That's every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And whenever you join us, you got to share the live. WZY 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZY TV and YouTube. We'll be right back after.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
No more red. No more red. No more red. No more red. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more shame, no more pain. We want to see us win. We want the brides again. No more penny again. Bye bye, penny, bye bye. Bye bye, penny, bye bye. We don't vouch for you. And we are tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes, tired of proposals and all the excuses, tired of no water, tired of stretching at the lot, tired of the eyebrows rippling. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more shame, no more pain. We want to see we win, we want the brides again. No more penny again. Bye bye, me bye bye. Bye bye, bring bye bye. I'm a fight the We're tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes, of the proposals and all the excuses, tired of no water, tired of stretching at the lot, tired of the eyebrows rippling. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more shame, no more pain. We want to see we win, we want the brides again. No more penny again. Bye bye, penny, bye bye. Bye bye, penny, bye bye. We don't vouch it for you. again. No more struggle, no more shame, no more pain. We want to see the win, we want the brides again. No more penny again. Bye bye, Benny, bye bye. Bye bye, Benny, bye bye. We don't vouch for you. Bye bye, Benny, bye bye. Bye bye, Benny, bye bye. We don't vouch for you.
You're tuned to WZYE, the heartbeat of unfiltered truth. We're more than a station, we're a movement, grounded in facts, driven by integrity, committed to progress. We don't chase headlines, we create them. Decoding politics and current affairs to question power, not cozy up to it. From Laventille to Scarborough, whether you're in your living room or your commute, this is where perspectives collide, divides dissolve, and tomorrow's conversations start today. WZYE, we originate, not imitate.
We are back with you Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. That's every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And of course, we also come to you Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. on In the Village. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. in the Village. Of course, Tommy, let me give you my closing comment.
Okay.
What's that? Tommy, why is that Uncle Ruckus? What does that mean?
Uncle Rock?
Yeah, I know. I'm PM Fox put up this comment. Yeah, so I just don't understand. I just can't understand when he and
Uncle
Gordon
Rock.
put stuff up. I don't know. Uncle Ruckus, Wall Street. Talk is you're not getting a building. Turn into a man with no integrity and a liar. What are you talking about?
He trying to denigrate you?
But in what way?
Propaganda, PNM propaganda.
Talk is you're not getting a building. What building? Who did I ask for a building?
You talking about under Rowley?
I asked the UNC for a building. He said I'm not getting a building. So that means to say I don't have to ask somebody for a building, right?
Basically, you referring to the past.
No, but talk is you're not getting a building. So, I mean, PNM can't give me no building now. So,
He's still pointing back at that.
are you pointing back at that? See, I just can't understand what them fellas and be writing sometimes, you know.
You giving it life. You giving it breath.
Okay, no, but I just try to. I want to understand them. Tommy, I'm going my best to try to understand what they're saying.
I think you're using too much brain power.
Oh God, Tommy, you're supposed to try to help me.
Well, the help I'm helping you is that they ignore it.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, because boy, whew, them fellas and them boy, I sorry for them.
Stay focused.
All right, stay focused. Stay focused. Folks, here's my closing comment. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna give this closing comment today. Yeah, Mr. Florida. Mr. Florida.
You could even Mr. Hanson, good evening, Mr. Tommy, good evening to all callers. You could even Mr. Hanson, good evening, Mr. Tommy, good evening to all callers, Texas. Everybody be safe, you and your family, till we meet again tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Hanson, you know, there's a cartoon named Boondocks now. And they have an uncle named Uncle Ruckus. Right? But Uncle Ruckus is a gentleman, they say, don't like black people. Always condemning black people. So that's why they just call you that, because they feel you don't like black people.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so the PNM should be PNM Ruckus.
Yeah.
Obviously.
If I am Uncle Ruckus and I just won, the whole band of them is PNM Ruckus. All right, thanks. So from now on, I call in the PNM Ruckus. And it's not me giving them that name, because I know you're explaining to me what PNM Fox means. So I will call the PNM Rockers. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Florida. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr.
Yeah, man. Bless.
Okay.
Bless. Yeah, Tommy. If I don't like black people, right? The PNM is worse. So them is PNM Rockers. Yeah. All right. PNM Fox, you're real good, boy. Yeah, you gain your own party name, boy. Tommy, listen to this one. Listen to this one. You read that, Tommy. Read that. You read that day from she. Read it. You read it from she.
One day Wall Street would hold truth to his oath at the beginning of the program. Yeah?
Tommy, what is wrong with them, boy?
You're giving it too much energy, man.
No, it's not yet giving it energy.
You're working. Remember it's PNM propagandists at work, you know.
Yeah. What's your next one, Tommy?
Wall Street heard for a building.
I don't know, boy. I don't know, boy. No, I doesn't know it, you know. What party park closing comment now, man?
No, propaganda is much more important.
You want PNM Fox. Only put a positive closing comment. Only been with the program long time. Only know we just operate. Put
But
a positive quote that has nothing to do with
but propagandists have been deployed in every nook and cranny.
Okay, but Tommy, at least take 1/8%. You understand?
No, that's not their job. That's not their job. Their job is propaganda.
Oh, but Tommy, oh God. Yeah,
You gotta get focused on your job.
all right, okay, all right. You're calling mode. All right. I gotta do that. Sorry, I gotta do that. All right. Thanks for calling mode. Yeah. Yeah. PNM Rockers, boy. I like that one. Thanks only for that, PNM Rockers, boy. They don't like black people. Yeah. Eh? PNM Rockers. They don't like black people, boy. All right. Here's my closing quote for the day. I think I'm gonna read our quote today. No. I want to use this quote. And this quote is dedicated to PNM Fox, Bandmena, PNM Party, and it's a quote by Dr. Claude Anderson. And this is what it says. A race that's taught to hate itself and love the world would become its own oppressor. Let me repeat that. Put on the glass, Patty. Don't pick up the glass. A race that's taught to hate itself and love the world will become its own oppressor. From where I said this is it, the clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Where, Tommy?
My first quote is from Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and it says, "Don't be afraid to be ambitious about your goals. Hard work never stops, neither should your dreams." Like I always say, you the man in the mirror. You have to become that change you want to see. However, if you look in that mirror and you don't like what you see, you cannot blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Love you all. Be safe. Who's in extreme heat, be cool. We'll see each other tomorrow night in the village, God willing.
Thank you.
Good night.
Monica said, was she the mini program is called the African Diaspora. So you must only have Afro Trinis here. Oh, I didn't even know that. Oh God. Only good enough. I ain't gonna lie. I give all the credit, but Volsang said, what you're trying to do is emancipate Stone. You're like dust yourself, and they'll not appreciate your efforts. Bond them. Oh God, man using Black Stallion, yes. Uncle Tommy talked to him. He must learn to stoop and move on. No, but VS, I do back at every cardo, you know. Many cardos, I just let go by. Okay. Hey, you know, I saw this, VS and Caribbean Soul. I think you should reconsider. You should consider taking Soul advice and rename your initiative Penal to Wall Street, or an area that can truly appreciate your dreams. Soul and VS. I go think about that, seriously. That's something I will think about. Yeah? But I don't know my heart and love until. But that's something I will think about. Yeah, correct is right. Alright, let me go see if I have any voice notes here. At least I know I got one voice note from a fella. I feel so. One voice note I know definitely I gonna have. Let me see. Let me see. Donna says, have a great day. Find the beauty and joy in everything around you. Donna Alexander. Okay. Hey, I tell all you. Gordon Dryden Joseph. You have a closing voice note. My team went on referee today.
God after lunch. Closing comments. Spend a little more time listening because I'm multitasking. All these people, they still have to read, Papa. Yeah. And I love sports, I really, really do. So much so that when my playing time kind of was coming to an end, I did a little running, not on a big scale, was challenging my bigger brother. Can't be that man at all. Anyhow, but the football here, at one time I was the joint goal scorer, top goal scorer in a little competition there in Kunupe. After that, I played in three finals, and scored in two. But more than that, sports, like plenty other things, you can learn so many lessons. So many lessons. Now, somebody might wonder where I'm going. Well, if you relax, you will be able to see. You cannot do the wrong things and expect to get the right results. No matter how good you are as a cricketer, a footballer, a basketballer, and the same thing with politics and life. And life. So I'm listening now to all who are not batters, not fast bowlers, or those who do medium pace. I'm listening to the spinners. I mean, I can see why people are saying, boy, I'm not voting, thing, all of them is the same thing. I can see why people can say that, but I don't agree with it because it's not quite like that. But what is different in terms of the narrative that we are getting from the politician now? What is different from what we got not too long ago? What is different? Huh? And all you want to tell that on the public, boy, for it to stick so that whenever they pass in, they go see it? Or you want to tell that on somebody? I am hoping that when they pelt it, they use their left hand. People are looking and listening and the thing crumbling. But thank God some of us are praying. And we ain't afraid to talk. There's a consequence to it. Yeah, they do all kind of things. But we'll do what we had to do. Just how they're doing what they feel they had to do. Yeah? God evening all.
You know, I waiting so I could give you a round of applause for our contribution you're making. Really and truly, I want to. I really truly want to. I really want to. Anyway, take this before you go there. Take this. And for all them goals you score, take this. Call of that. Take that. Take that. Take that. Oh God. You know, boy, you like that, boy. You like that? No, you like it. Sparrow saying what? We like it, so we free. Well, listen to this. What you sow or sow in the ground, you will reap. Whole program is only negative, but you want people to put a positive closing. You set the example now. Anyway, folks, closing comments. PNM Fox says Uncle Ruckus, Penal to Worship is a better program name. Yeah, I agree with you. That is the best thing you have ever said since you've been on this platform, PNM Fox. Penal to Worship is a better program name. I agree with you 100%. Because the PNM don't want nothing good for black people in Lavantil. Right? So let me go over in Penal and them people go appreciate it. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. That is the best thing I heard from you since you've been here. Really. I should give you a round of applause for that, you know. As a matter of fact, let me give you a round of applause for that. That is the best thing I've heard out of you. Yeah? Take a round of applause for that. Take this. And you know why I give a round of applause? Because them go appreciate it more than your black party to appreciate it for their own black people. Yeah. Thank you so much. I agree with you. I ain't going to disagree with you. Volsang says, one who decides, one who deceives will always find those who allow them to be deceived. There we go. Cool Runner said the best thing in life in things, they have people like you. Yeah, correct is right. Tommy Mohammed says, my closing comment is that this nasty 1% Fourth Estate media houses should die a slow and most horrible death, and the journalists should also be unemployed because of their untruthfulness. Nah, they just kind of the whims of the management. Semantic 62, what you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Where's Zig Ziglar? Very, very, Semantic 62. Zig Ziglar, excellent motivational speaker. Excellent. You see? That is what we like here. That is what we like. Zig Ziglar, boy. Listen to that man a whole lot, boy, with a scrappy voice. Yeah. You have a scrappy voice. Yeah, scrappy voice. Cool Runner, isn't it ironic? We ignore who adores us, adore who ignores us, love who hurts us, and hurt who love us. Correct is right. Yeah. Big. Monica Ramkisoon says, let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how you ought to answer every man. Thank you. Yeah, and this is where Caribbean Soul, we go rename it Wall Street to Penal Empowerment Center, because Lavantil not standing up for it. Correct is right, Caribbean Soul. And this was Curtis O'Brady comment. The PNM is a national embarrassment. Every single one of them must resign. Their editor, Gonzalez, should resign immediately. His disgraceful racial outbursts have made it absolutely clear that he is unfit to sit in parliament, unfit to be chairman of any political organization, and unfit to speak on behalf of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. His behavior is not only dangerous, it is shameful. Trinidad and Tobago is a diverse republic built on sacrifice and a unity of every creed. There we go. Correct is right. Ulrich was inside, folks. All right, folks. I think that is it. Yeah. Gaza Chuni says, so because there's no PNM propaganda here, Wall Street show negative. Yeah. Yep. Who's that boy? I gotta get back to that person. Semantic 62 said the program is negative, but yet it draws you like a magnet every time it's on. So, folks, we are out of here. We see you tomorrow, 7 to 10 p.m. WZYE 95.9 FM in the village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend. We are out of here. Bye-bye.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time